Well, would you look at that? Did you see that? Did you see that gorgeous, gorgeous new intro that we have that I slaved over for the last day?
Yes.
Did you
Yes.
did you see the lovely, lovely thing that has become what it has become?
Well, we can work with it with the time.
For the
I mean,
time, it
yeah,
works.
for the time, but
Oh,
we can improve on it at some point. Which reminds me,
yes.
you could be giving me the about shit so I can write in the it's empty here. You know to promo this a little bit better.
Well,
Leave links and stuff.
the about stuff I tried to edit on the channel, but it's only 300 characters, so there ain't that much I can actually about.
Oh, is it? I think it's less. I mean, is it? Because I know people usually write fucking essays down.
True, but
Including-
I think it's because we're a basic account.
Probably. Yeah, that makes sense. But still, we can work it through. We can write a short summary of who we are, what we're doing, links to the previous episodes and stuff, with the schedule and shit. You know,
Yeah, that could work. That could work. It's possible.
that's what I was thinking about. Yeah,
It could
could work with 300 characters.
Yeah, as if.
I mean, we should probably tag the stuff a little bit to see how long, so I can cut.
Well, I've actually added some like whatchamacallits,
Tag
little
words.
tag words in the bottom of the podcast now that hopefully
Yeah,
people
I
will
saw.
have a look at.
Analysis? Really?
Well, it's just Don't look at me, you. Okay. Anyway, hello, hi, welcome to the Voices from Behind podcast. How are you today? I am Evo, and with me is my co-host, who is also Evo.
Yes, and I'm evil.
He is the evil Evo.
I'm chaotic evil. That sounds,
Yeah.
that sounds good. Sounds fair. Right. So yeah, we are doing a podcast every week. which
Well,
makes
it was
me
supposed to be
tough.
every week, but I moved
Yeah.
last week, and my internet is still shoddy at the new place. So, yeah, my internet is kind of still in the process of being reconnected. Luckily, how can I put this in the least blunt way? I am currently looking after a little boy.
Oh,
A little dash houndy boy who is in my lap as we speak. He is in the chair, so if you hear weird rustling noises, tail wagging, sniffling, and other noises of that character, or currently he is in my pocket. He is putting his mouth in my pocket in the search of food. However, I do not have food. But yes, this is a podcast where every week we talk about movies and other things that we find interesting in any way, shape, or form. And we give movies to each other, and we change those movies around every week. As I said, we took a week off because internet bad. But now that I'm in a place where internet good, we do internet good.
and usually the podcast is on Thursday, but since Thursday through I guess Sunday I'll be busy because my parents are coming back tomorrow at some point.
Oh no.
They didn't even give me a timetable on that one. And it was like, because my mother told me that no idea when they'll be back because they'll be traveling from Vienna.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, so we can do the podcast on Thursday. We start fucking 11 up to 1, and my parents will be pissed because they won't be able to rest.
Yeah, anyway, the dog is on the screen. I have put the dog on the screen.
It's a dog.
The dog is on the screen as we speak, so, that's something.
Yeah. And, it's been 2 weeks.
It's
Why
been...
haven't you done?
Well, I moved flat. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
noise you don't want to hear. Yeah, I moved flat. I moved to a new place, to my own place. I have rooms in the place, and actually got it all sorted in less than a week. I spent the entirety of Monday pretty much got a van from like a rental place. Then I came back to the old flat, got everything collected in the van. I couldn't get into the new one because the door was jammed, so I was still waiting on a locksmith to come sort it out. And just as I loaded everything up, the locksmith was there. Luckily, I actually got the chance to get into the flat. So everything afterwards, was fully there, fully done, fully out of the way. Then the moment I did that, had to go to IKEA the same day. Went to IKEA because the flat's unfurnished. Picked up a bunch of furniture. Came back. And after I got back, I spent a good 2.5 hours assembling a fucking bed.
Oh well, as seen on TV, easy to assemble.
Allegedly. To be fair, it's not.
With his Legos.
It's not. They're not. No, nothing's like horribly difficult. It's just kind of tedious and kind of long, and because everything's so cumbersome and long and shit like that, I was like, something that should have taken me half an hour. It took me 2 hours to put that bed together. Of me just like flipping boards around. Oh no, this is the wrong way around. Okay, the pictures didn't show that. Try it again. Disassemble, reassemble. And I was also tired. It was like 9 o'clock at that point. 8 o'clock, I parked up the van after I refilled it, and then I went back into the flat. Then I went out of the flat to go to the store because I was missing things. Went back in the flat. Got out of the flat again because I thought, oh shit, I need a parking meter to top up. Oh, I have no cash. Go to this store, get cash. Oh shit, the parking meter doesn't take notes. Okay, go back to the store, pick up some, I don't know, some Kit Kats or something. Ask the man for change in coins. Go back to the thing. Top it up. Go back to the flat. Oh shit, I don't have soap. Go back out to the store. Well, I might as well pick all these things up. Go back to the flat. And at that point it was like 20 past 9 and I still hadn't assembled the bed. So I was like, okay, assemble the bed. 2 hours later, the bed is finally assembled. I can go to bed. Nope, I need to take a shower now as well. Okay, I've taken a shower. I'm going to bed now. And then I spent the entirety of Tuesday just assembling everything else in the living room itself. And then I've pretty much had guests over the whole week. People, coming to have a look and stuff like that. It's quite a well spaced out flat. Well, it's not very well spaced out. It's enough for one person. It's just 2 rooms. The bedroom and the living room / kitchen is together. Quite a nice flat. I'm quite happy with it. In a very good locale. In a very cheap locale. Not even cheap. It's right next to town, and I'm paying decent rent. I'm 10 minutes away from work. What else did I do? I went to see. Did I tell you about Midsummer? That I was seeing Midsummer?
Yeah, you did tell me. I'll tell you about Midsummer later because I have another one. But still, go on.
Did you see Midsummer?
No.
I liked it quite. I liked it quite a bit. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit pretentious, and it kind of lays the plot out and all the stuff straight away.
Well, it's from the same people who made what was its name? Oh god, I forgot. That one.
Hereditary.
Yeah, Hereditary.
Yeah, but Hereditary kicks your ass halfway through with the reveal and stuff like that. And the foreshadowing in Hereditary is a lot more subtle, while this one is just in your face, like, look at this thing. Half an hour later, it's the thing. It's like, okay. But
also, I mean, we have to put it like this. Midsummer's made the rounds because of a supposedly sexual scene with a lot of nudity in it.
Yeah, this one has that too.
I mean, yeah, but that's why it made the news.
Yeah, it's very. It's not even that. No, it's a very. The Ari Aster, the director, describes it as a dark comedy, and I completely understand where he's coming from because there's a lot of awkward laughter in this film, and you're laughing because you're just uneasy.
Okay.
From the very first shot of the film, which lays out the entire plot, and it's just this massive painting, and then it separates like you're watching a play. I just when you just watch something and you watch it and you go, it's not a bad it's more of a oh god, I don't feel well. I am unwell. The first 10 minutes of that film are the scariest part of the whole film, and it kicks your ass so hard. I loved it. Like honestly, I really liked the film. I wouldn't watch it a second time, much like Hereditary. I wouldn't watch it a second time, but it's fun in a weird way, in a very twisted way, and it's honestly, if you want to get into filmmaking and shit like that, just watch this over and over. It's one of the best looking films I think I've seen in a long time.
Maybe
it is positively gorgeous. What else did I do? I Pretty much spent the whole week in the flat just like organizing the place. I didn't really do much. I nearly bought a guitar, but the neck was warped, so that was a bit of a shame.
Rip.
Yeah.
Rip.
I also bought a new mic, so I'm hoping the quality is good. And I currently have a dash hound in my lap, because Nikki, who I work with, she's away for 2 weeks, and she kindly asked me to look after him. And he's a very anxious boy, and I could barely get him to stop barking before we started recording. I had to shout at him, and I kind of feel bad now. But I shouted at him, told him I'm going to lock him up in the bathroom if he doesn't shut up, and he's been quiet since.
Well,
and he's currently like, he won't leave my side. Like he gets very anxious if he's alone. So I've kind of he is currently, I can't even show you properly. He is in my lap. He's just laying in my lap in the chair, and it's funny because he can barely fit, but he's still there. He assumes he's a lap dog.
I mean, let's be honest for a second. Dachshund hoods are made for hunting
foxes. Yes.
Yeah, and they're quite small, and they do need the attention because they're still hounds.
Yes.
Usually it's a good idea for. It's a good idea for you to give him attention. Otherwise, you know.
No, he starts barking. He barks up a storm, and he's very loud for such a small dog. He's incredibly loud.
Oh well, I mean, yeah.
But
so is it my
yeah.
turn?
Let me think. No, actually, I did a couple of things in these past couple of weeks. I finished BioShock 2.
Yeah, I think you told me.
I didn't. No, I said I was playing it, but I only finished it last week. Mechanics-wise, it is my favorite BioShock out of all three. The only thing that I don't like is the movement because it's kind of slow, which I understand because you're a big daddy. The one thing I love about 3 is that you have sprint, and sprinting is a very big part of that because it's a much larger, much more expansive game. There's a few things about 2 that I love, and it's the fact that it encourages you to use all your what was it called, plasmids, all the magical shit.
Yeah, plasmid.
Yeah, and my favorite bit about that, there's a plasmid in the game which takes all your weapons away, gives you extra drill damage, and all the other plasmids, their cost goes down by like 85%. So I was literally there just zapping people, and you hold shift down. Sorry, you hold the whatchamacallit, you hold the button down to charge up the the drill. And the moment you press shift, he just launches forward, and you just knock everything out in one hit. It's one of the funniest things ever that I've seen. But apart from that, the ending, of course I got the good ending because I'm a good boy. This one, the story in this one feels a lot more, you can tell it's kind of part of the main game, but it's not really, and the story feels a lot more moot, a lot more flaccid. You know what I mean? You know, like how Deus Ex Invisible War, the story in that game is just kind of meh. It's kind of there for the sake of being there.
Wait, that was Deus Ex 2 or the new one?
2.
Oh yeah, that game.
And BioShock 2 kind of feels like that, but obviously it's a much better game than Invisible War. It's got some really neat mechanics, like because you play as a big daddy. The one thing that annoyed me is a lot of the levels kind of feel like just corridors. This game feels a lot more closed up and a lot more because you're always in like service quarters and shit like that. You know how the first one is very open and there's massive open arenas. You can see you can constantly see the sea around you and shit like that because they wanted to impress you with that.
Yeah.
This one just feels like a bunch of combat rooms strung together.
Oh, it's like the new Doom.
Kinda, yeah, but they're fun. You know, they're not just go down the corridor or shoot things. You know, people pop out of corners and they jump out from above you and shit like that. And just shooting in this one feels a lot better than the first. Like I literally beat the whole game with just the repeater and the rocket launcher every now and then. But honestly, it's a good time. Like I recommend it to anybody that's not just play all 3 games and obviously gauge it for yourself. But mechanically, I like this one the most, even though the movement's pretty meh. It's pretty 2010 to 2013 shooter sort of. Yeah, it's kind of slow, but it's part of the pace. And there's a plasmid that actually gives you more speed, and you equip it. And it doesn't. You gain it's as if you get it's like, oh, this plasmid will give you extra speed. You put it on and the Big Daddy feels like he just his stride just gets slightly bigger. Or he's put a, like when you put bigger shoes on that are too big for you, but it feels like you're getting momentum. That's what it feels like when you put that on. What else? I started Hitman Absolution back up because I have it and it runs really nice on this laptop. I can run it at full, at 120 FPS at like the full settings.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with the writing of that game?
Which one? Sorry, I zoned out.
Absolution is not the new.
Absolution?
Yeah, not the newest one. The one before, the one where they tried to go all cinematic with it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I actually like that game from a mechanical standpoint, but story-wise, it was so fucking dumb. Oh my god, it was so dumb.
What the like?
When
When
the funny thing is, this game it precedes the movie that came out, and the story is basically the plot of this game, but done worse. Actually done worse.
Yeah, but like, how can I put it? This is like, when a teenager learns to swear for the first time.
Yeah.
This is what the story is. Because I was like 9 hours into the game before I stopped because my old laptop was like choking out on one of the bigger open levels. Fuck me! Like the first cutscene that isn't just Hitman. When he gets caught. Spoilers for Hitman Absolution for those that give a shit. The bit where you get caught by the villain and they burn up the hotel.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that has more F-bombs in 30 seconds than I think we've had in a full episode of the podcast.
Oh,
that's saying something, because it's literally just piss, shit, fuck, cunt for like the entirety of the the main villain's like, hoo-wee, piss, shit, fuck, cunt, bitch. Fuck, shit, fuck, balls, cunt. I'm like, oh no. Why is he swearing so much? What's going on?
Yeah, this was a really, really weird time for Hitman, because the later games, the one that came after Absolution, are also pretty good, even better mechanics.
Hitman 2, like the two new ones that are, the second one is constantly updating, yeah.
Oh no, the first one was also constantly updating, but they stopped it because the game's pretty much dead because the new one is out.
Yeah, but the new one's pretty good.
They're both pretty good. I mean, they're kind of grindy, because in the end you have to achieve everything for a level, because you then repeat it constantly. But every time you restart the level, you go for a new point because you start with different stuff. And it's interesting, yet it's kind of grindy as fuck. Because I remember trying to do one level for the maximum stuff, and there's stuff that you unlock later by beating specific things in specific ways to find new entry points to the same stuff and finding all shit. And I was like, I calculated that I needed like 50 runs on a single level to get everything right. I was
Jesus.
like, oh no, go fuck yourself. But the levels, the way that they're designed, are pretty intricate and interesting. It gives you all of the old Hitman vibes, the ones that we sorely
like Blood Money.
Pretty much.
I love Blood Money so much.
Everybody loves Blood Money.
But
I was like, I kind of missed that part, and I also enjoyed it, but I was kind of pissed that it's so dumb. Even though in Blood Money every level to get the proper way of beating is only one way of doing it.
Yeah, there's only one way to make Silent Assassin in Blood Money for most levels, to be fair.
Yeah, but this one is like you can do it with 50 different kinds, but you have to do it the first part, then you unlock for the second part and the third, and you go on and on and on.
Yeah.
I mean, it does change. It does give you a different perspective.
See, Absolution does that as well. However, there's things that really annoy me in Absolution. It suffers sort of because it came out around just after Human Revolution, Deus Ex, didn't it?
Yeah, kind of. I think.
And
so.
both of those games, Human Revolution, even Mankind Divided, suffer from the thing where when you crouch down in those games, and you're obviously you can't see over the barrier, therefore your character is under behind the barrier, unable to be seen, just like Hitman does. If you don't take cover, because cover mechanics, you can get spotted.
I know.
But the moment you take cover and your big ass stupid dome bald head is reflecting 3 lights and it's shining across the level, lighting up the fucking chandelier on the roof, nobody sees you.
This is why I was against having the take cover mechanic, because for me that was a fucking dumb decision. Later in Absolution, in one of the last levels, when you're basically trying to get to your daughter in the
she's a clone of you. I don't think she's your daughter technically.
well, I mean, she's something. I mean, she's still a blood relative in a
Yeah,
way.
she's
So
a female clone of the Hitman.
I'm gonna go with her daughter because she's younger.
Yeah,
I mean, he does have daddy issues when it comes to her. He goes through hell to get her back. So I'm
yeah.
gonna go with daddy.
That's because Diana tells him to, and he loves Diana. So
Of course. And and there was this level that was basically the third evil. God,
yeah,
there's so many of us was watching me, and I was like legitimately behind some sort of bench, I think. I was like, if I don't take cover, I get seen.
Yep.
If I take cover, I literally there is zero change. It's just the prompts there. I won't get seen. Even though they can't see me because they're way behind, they're like 15.
yeah. It just
meters away
triggers
from-
the. I guess the AI triggers differently if you're in cover and if you're not, which is stupid because you're still behind the thing.
Exactly.
Like something like
And
this
you-
would never happen in Blood Money, per se. Even in fucking the third one. What was the third one's name? What was it? Silent Assassin?
The one with
that
the
was
best
two.
FPS. No, that's the two is awesome. One
Two-
was mech.
Two, I think two mechanically is kind of the best one. Although the moment you even press shift to run that game, you get spotted straight away. It's fucking stupid. Oh no, contract. Sorry, even at contracts, when you
Contract
crouch
was
behind
basically-
things,
Yeah.
contract was a remake of one.
No, Contracts was basically an FPS.
It could be an FPS. Yeah, I could play it in first person the whole time.
I mean, sorry, a third-person shooter. That's the problem because I remember playing it, and there was some certain levels where you could not actually do stealth. You had to go and shoot shit. I was like, this is not.
No, I beat contracts, and Silent Assassin all the way through. There's
I know, 'cause
some
there was
like minutia in
wait,
it that you have to like sort out.
Wait, what was the level where basically was you're in the mine shaft somewhere in the Andes?
Oh, don't
Because
know.
I remember that game was specifically not made as a stealth game. Specifically, because I checked it. And I was like, the certain spots that you cannot do any stuff. You have to go shoot stuff. It's like the Deus Ex problem where I was doing the whole.
We're doing the pacifist run, and then all of a sudden,
to
the
kill
boss
stuff.
is like, "You have to kill me to carry on." I was like, "No, I don't want to do that. Why would you do that to
Yeah.
me, please?"
And I'm sitting there going, I haven't leveled up shit. I don't have any ammunition. I only have fuck.
Yeah,
You
the
sons of bitches.
the director's cut fixed that with Human Revolution. There's when you're in a level like that, you can like trigger security for bosses, or you can use like the environment to kill them instead of doing it yourself, which is pretty cool considering like they addressed the original issues the games had. Did I do anything else? Yeah, apart from pissed fuck shit cunt Hitman. What did I do? I've been out with the dog. The dog's a good boy. It's day 3 with the dog. I'm documenting it by taking pictures of the dog every day. He's a very anxious boy. He eats a lot. He farts too much.
Oh, it's a dog.
It's a dog. He does the fart. Also, he cannot sleep alone. 2 nights in a
that's
row.
adorable.
He can't even get into the bedroom because Nikki was like, she was like, okay, you can sleep in the bedroom. Obviously, we've changed the sheets and stuff, but he needs to sleep with you, and you need to pick him up to get him in the bed.
That's fair.
So I'm literally, getting ready for bed, and I'm, getting the laptop in the bed with me because I was drawing or something. I don't know what I was doing last night. And he was in here in the living room where I'm recording, and he has his own duvet, and he was covered. He was a sausage dog rolled up in the duvet, so he was a sausage roll, you see. And he rolled himself up, snugly. All he sees is the duvet. He didn't even see the dog. You have to like touch it to find where he is. And then all of a sudden, obviously, he hears me get into the bedroom, comes in, and just sits next to the bed waiting for me to pick him up. And if I don't pick him up, he'll start whimpering at me. But eventually, I will pick him up. But then he'll start whimpering because his bone is not in the bed, so I have to pick up the bone. And by that point, I'm just putting everything away. I'm like, I'm going to bed, Pinky. Screw you. It's like, I was going to do stuff, and he didn't make me do stuff. And every morning, he'll wake me up by just pretty much stepping on my face. Wouldn't be the first time somebody's woken me up like that, so it could be worse. Could be worse. But apart from that, I don't think I've done much else. Again, I've played video games, and I also started Alan Wake.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It's not bad.
That's a good one.
It's basically you can really tell they love the original Silent Hill and Silent Hill 2, and they infused that as much as they could. But I need to sort out that game's graphics issues because It can run on my old laptop, and I can barely run on this one for some reason, and I need to like get around to fixing it.
I think it's because the game is so old, it has zero support. This shit usually happens because you don't
Yeah.
update
Also,
the-
Bastion. I started playing Bastion
Bastion's fine.
for the first time ever. Like I never got into the hype, but then it was on sale once, and I bought it, and I started playing that, and it's okay. I like the story so far. I mean, I like the narrator and shit like that. But mechanics wise, it's just it feels like an Xbox Live game. It's just run around, smack things, do the rolls. That's about it for Bastion. Really, there's not much else going on there. I've only done the first 3 buildings, and that's it. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. To be fair.
Well, yeah, it gets bigger because the story progresses in a very weird way, and it gets really interesting because you could actually, as far as I remember, because I played Bastion like fucking 4 years ago or some shit, so I don't really remember. There are actual decisions that shape out the way you play the campaign.
Huh.
It's weird. You'll get to it, but yeah, do the challenges. Sometimes you just have to do the challenges.
Oh, the endurance maps, levels, whatever.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them. Yeah, I'm gonna have to if I want to get 100%. So.
It was well, it's a
Oh,
pretty
excuse me.
interesting week, yes.
I burpeed. Yeah, it's been a long sort of. I was off. This was my first day in work today, and I was only in for 4 hours, and it felt like it wasn't even at work, and it's kind of weird because you know when you're just not in work and you're kind of like, what am I doing? But I spent 9 days just running around and sorting shit out, and I think I got more tired than actually being rested. But that was expected considering I, had to move flats and all
Move
that.
me, daddy. Move me harder.
Yes, but yeah, I'm gonna have internet in my new flat from the 23rd onwards. But next week we can still record from here,
Okay.
and after that we should be back to normal schedule.
I mean, I'm not sure about next week. Man. Next week we could go for normal schedule. It depends how the week shapes up because, like I said, I have stuff to do. Shit.
No, that's fine. I'm off. Let me see what days I'm off next week, real quick, because we can do it in the daytime or something if your parents are in. We don't bother them, because you're still in Bulgaria. You lucky bastard. Let's see. Next week, Evo is off Monday and Tuesday, and I'm on till 2:30 on Wednesday. So.
Wednesday sounds fine for now.
Yeah, Wednesday. We might do it Wednesday. I mean, this is still going to go up for the week. At least we have a podcast this week. I kind of missed it last week. Like, people were like, are you recording? I'm like, no, I'm not recording. I have no internet.
Yeah, I also have to explain that. It was really weird. But yeah, it works.
So how was your week and a half, 2 weeks, sir?
Okay, so let me begin because this shit's gonna get funny.
Oh, no.
Right. On Saturday, I went to a friend's place because on Sunday we went to the Brianna Falls here in Vituša.
Oh, that's
Like,
nice.
Yeah, it is nice. So I was at his place because we were a big group, and we were supposed to start gathering from around his place because most of the friends I went with live around each other, really close, supposedly. And he has a bull terrier called Fenris.
What's his name?
Terrier. Fenris.
Fenris.
Yes.
That's a name and a half for a dog.
Or shortly known as Feral.
Pharaoh. You should do.
No, I usually call. I coined them as the White Avalanche because this dog broke my friend's TV.
Shit. Seriously.
Yeah, I was there. Because he was sitting at the table, drinking, eating, talking shit, all the usual stuff.
Typical
Rolling up-
Bulgarian party. Yeah.
Not exactly. Well, it wasn't a party because he was at work and he's home office. And that means because home office means that he has his licensed laptop from the company given to him that only operates the yada yada yada. So he does his work from home almost all the time.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Like if he's that's one of the.
it isn't.
No, I'm saying having a company laptop just so you can do it from work and not from do it from home, not to have to go to an office or something.
No, it isn't because he literally goes fucking insane because all day he's at home.
Oh.
Yeah, because he's basically just home office.
Shit. Okay.
It's not an issue, They were there, and we were supposed to play some Tekken and some MK11. But the dog was because the table's relatively close to the TV, relatively just like a couple of meters or so. And the dog sat on the chair next to me, closest to the TV.
Yeah.
And suddenly something happened to him, and he started just wrangling really aggressively
Yeah,
to get down for some
dogs tend to
reason.
do that. Yeah, this idiot down here does it as well.
And while he was going down, he kicked the chair so hard it hit the TV and broke it. But it didn't break the LCD display. It broke the matrix behind that shit.
Oh
So he had
no!
to buy a new TV.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah, so he had to buy a
Oh.
new TV. I was like, then we went to the Brianna Falls, and I mean, a whole night of drinking, no sleep, and barely any food in me. Oh, that was an interesting one. It's like it was fine. It was amazing. It was a great day. Bit
Yeah.
too hot for my opinion. Well, we all had a swell time, but my God, I mean, we started off early, and I was home back home in like 5 or 6. And I
Okay.
was absolutely fucking dead. I was like, I sat at the restaurant down. I got myself food. I could barely even touch it. I was like, shit, I'm hungry. I can't. But
Yeah. This happened to me last year. You know when we moved out the old house, and like
Yeah.
we had to move Vesco to Eccles, and we moved to like above the pub for a month or something.
yeah,
Like at 9 o'clock, we got the last of the stuff in the van,
yeah.
and we got in the van, and all three of us were like, "Okay, where are we going?" Because we obviously, I hadn't eaten all day. All I had was some pretzels or something, and we went to Spoons.
Of course you go to fucking Spoons.
Well, no, because it's close, and it was the only thing that was open at that time, instead of just ordering in. Went to Spoons, sat down, obviously ordered food. I was so tired I couldn't eat.
Yeah.
Exact same as you're saying, like you're tired, you're starving, but you're looking at the food like,
So what? Yeah. So what? I just went back home, went to bed, fucking woke up. I was like, oh God, I need to sleep more. And I woke up the next day, literally half like midday Monday, some stuff. Cause I woke up, I was like, nah, I'm done. Just fuck this shit, I'm out. And the rest of the week was kind of fine. Then we went out on like Saturday to a friend's place who lives in the literal fucking. It's like. He doesn't live in the Suhatareka region of Sofia.
the dry river region.
Dry River, he lives between the Dry River and Hadži Dimitar. There
Okay.
is a place.
That
I
to
fucking-
me doesn't really make a lot of sense, but people who live in
It's,
Sofia might
yeah,
actually figure it out.
Yeah. I forgot what the fuck. It's literally behind the first train stop. Puduane.
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah,
Now
it's
I kind of get it
behind
now.
it.
Okay,
Yeah, it's behind Puduane.
so kind of. Okay, yeah, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I know where
behind-
the bus stops at Paduan, and the train station is right next to it. So I get
Yes.
it, yeah.
But that's what I thought as well. But the thing is, I had to go back, circle, go through the goddamn bridge that goes above.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. You know that massive boulevard? I think it was Vladimir Vazov's name. I forgot.
The massive
It's
boulevard.
like
Yeah.
eight sections of cars that should be going through.
Yeah.
Well, I had to cross that one by foot. And there is no place to cross it.
So you're playing Frogger?
Well, there was any cars, but in most cases, yeah, I should be fucking playing Frogger.
Playing Frogger,
was
jumping
like-
over the cars.
Yeah. So it's like, we got there, we went to, again, my friend with the dog's place, a very big fucking asshole as always, so just
Yes.
the shit. I'll get to him in a second. We played some Tekken, we played some fucking MK11. on
Is MK11
TV.
actually good?
Okay,
Because
I haven't played fucking
a lot of people are saying it's really good, but some people are saying it's not the same as original Mortal Kombat because it's not as quick.
Yes and no. It's like yes and no. It is a fair bit slower. I mean, granted, I don't play Mortal Kombat at all. I
Yeah.
prefer
It's
Tekken, I
people are
prefer
saying
Tekken.
it's kind of closer to Street Fighter in pacing, although Street Fighter's gotten really slow. So it's basically Street Fighter 4 after the second update or something.
I mean, it still depends on what you're looking for, because let me put it like this: I was flooring him on Tekken, then we switched to Mortal Kombat, and I was fucking useless.
And you got your shit kicked in, yeah.
Well, obviously, I have never played fucking Mortal Kombat. I don't
Yeah,
play
Mortal
Kombat
Kombat's
fucking
really,
feet.
it's actually kind of pretty good if you get into it. You know, if you properly get into the game and understand how the mechanic. Because it's a Western fighting game, and it's very few Western companies that still make games. And it's for the one that's holding up the fucking front for the Western games. It's doing really well. It's that and Skullgirls. They're the two that are pretty much on top.
Well, fair. Well, fair. I mean, there's a lot of good things in the game, and there's a lot of dumb things in the game. Not like it. It's like the block is still the basic bullshit of pressing R2 at the block. So it's basically hold R2 and just to mash up down and whatever.
Yeah, but there's ways now to get through that with the new mechanics.
Well, yeah, there is, but still fucking dumb to be honest. Because but the game functions fine. I think it's just that it really is slower. Because I actually played MK10 last year.
Yeah.
For like an hour or two.
10 is stupid. 10 is so quick, and there's like unlimited combos half the time, and you just get comboed into the wall, and you're like, well, I'm just gonna sit this one out.
Well, to be fair, that was still fucking 1 and 2. You know how 1 and 2 worked? Well, basically just people juggled you with the uppercuts because you had no fucking Yeah, cause that was the G strategy. That was basically really fucking difficult. Because once you get, it's like it takes him to majorly fuck up to miss you, and at the high level that shit doesn't happen. It's like once he gets you up, you're like fuck.
It's like playing that PS2 Fist of the North Star game, where once you get into the infinite combo, you might as well just sit down and wait for the other guy to finish. Have you seen that video? It's one of the funniest things ever. These two guys are playing. They're playing the Fist of the North Star game, and one of the guys gets the other in an infinite, and the other guy just puts his fight stick down and just kind of looks at him. He's there looking at him like, okay, oh, he's still going. And he starts getting money out. He starts getting money out to give him money to like stop playing the game. The guy goes, "Fuck you!" Just carries on playing. It's one of the funniest things I've seen.
That is dedication. But yeah, it's still. I prefer 10 because I prefer the speed of it. I think it's a little bit more interesting when it has more speed in the game.
11 looks. 11 as a looker, by the way, I think it's like the best looking fighting game currently.
Well, you have to also compare art styles and shit, which is fucking difficult because it depends on what you're looking at. But there's
if we're talking photorealistic and stuff like that, it's fucking gorgeous. Like the faces and all the blood effects when the slow motion happens, that all looks amazing.
I mean, it is really good. I like that when you do a critical, it zooms in as like the half.
It does the X-ray, yeah, but just for a bit, and it somehow doesn't break the pace of the game as well, which is good.
Yeah, because the game is slower, and if it were a fast game, this would probably slow down the game too much.
No, I like the fact that they've pretty much gone. They said they tried to get a blend between Mortal Kombat 3 and 2, like speed-wise, where you don't have a run, but you have a dash. And you don't have super long combos, so it's a lot more footsies and a lot more like shorter combos to get in.
Well, that's fair. I mean, like I said, I prefer Tekken because I grew up with this shit. I mean, I'm not really that good at it because I don't play it at all.
I'm terrible at Tekken. I literally can't get my head around it because it's so technical and there's so many things about it that just boggle my mind. I'd much rather play a 2D fighter than a 3D one.
You have to be able to predict what the enemy is gonna do.
It's not even prediction. It's half the time. It's a lot of dodging and weaving between stuff in the 3D space, and that also fucks with me. I just can't.
You have to be able to predict it because dodging in a 3-dimensional space means that you open him to other venues of attack. And these venues of attack grant you different things. It is really
play as Steve Fox because he's dodgy boxer man.
Actually, he's really easy to counter if you don't know how to play properly.
But that's what most characters in Tekken, though.
Not all of
them. Do you know what's the one thing I love about Tekken?
What?
The Spanish man. What's his name?
Miguel? No.
Miguel? Yes, Miguel.
That's in Street Fighter. Miguel's in Street Fighter.
No, Miguel's in Tekken.
No, he should.
He's a Tekken man. Yeah, it's Miguel. He's the one with the Hawaiian shirt and the chains and the messy hair and the slight beard.
Oh yeah, I think about another one. Yeah,
do you know what I love about Miguel? Is one ultimate move where he cocks his shoulder back and starts rolling his arm, just walks towards you and punches it the one hit. It's fucking great. I love it.
I mean, that's basically because there used to be another guy. I don't think that he's in Tekken anymore. That kind of had the same thing. He was a scrappy fighter with the blonde boisterous hair. Let's go with that one. Because that's the best explanation I can give you. I need to find the name. Give me a second. That's Tekken 2. He's one of the oldest ones.
Okay.
And I mean, I actually like him. Not Heihachi. No. Kazuya.
Also, Tekken 7 still going strong.
I mean, that's the thing though, because these games, when you see someone able to play, you know that he's able to play.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
no, no. I'm
Mortal
saying
Kombat-
that 7 is just one of. I'm saying the game itself is still going strong. It's still the scene's pretty alive for it.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's also the problem with balancing shit,
Yeah.
because that's not easy. Oh god, I know he was in free. I can't fucking find him right now.
It's alright.
So
I've got
go-
Tekken 3 for my PS2.
It's I think I made you buy that one.
No, I bought a collection. I think it's 3 and 5 in the same disc. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, it's not Brian
Something
Fury.
like
Brian
that.
Fury is Brian Fury is a piece of shit. I don't want
Fury
to
is the one that does the laugh.
Phoenix,
right?
yeah, Paul Phoenix.
Paul Phoenix is still around.
I actually did.
He,
'cause my
isn't
friend
isn't
doesn't-
Paul the one with the super long hair?
with the straight yellow blonde hair that looks like fucking anime, but he's literally the furthest fucking thing from anime. But I actually didn't see him there.
Yeah, Paul Phoenix, isn't he the American guy? Yeah, the one that looks like Johnny
But
Bravo.
the thing is like there's also a shit ton of fucking DLCs that they released. Oh yeah, and he didn't have the DLC, so he wasn't in the original game.
Oh, but he had Akuma though. That's the best part about that game. If you played 7, Akuma in that game apparently plays amazing. He pretty much
Yeah,
plays like a
I
Street
know.
Fighter character, but in Tekken
Yeah, I
in
know.
3D space, and it's really good.
You also have Geese Howard from Fate of Fury.
Yeah, who was also apparently
and,
amazing.
And Negan from The Walking Dead of all
Who was
things.
also apparently really good to play. Like all the
and
guest
Noctis.
characters in the game they did really well with.
Yeah, well, and Noctis from Final Fantasy. I don't know what
For
the fuck
15, yeah.
But you know, it's like, but yeah, you have to be really into these things because I suck at Street Fighter, I suck at Mortal Kombat. I do.
You suck at 2D
care.
fighters, yeah.
I mean, because I don't fucking play them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't play them. It's like I only played Tekken, so I spent the whole fucking summer playing Tekken 5 like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like I know this shit at this point because I spent the full.
Just Eddie Gordo and Mash Square.
Nah, actually, he's easily countered if you do that.
Yeah, I
You
know.
just need to use your fucking mind for a second. You just you play. I usually like to play Lei, or Lee, or Lei.
Is that the Bruce Lee looking man? Or
No, that's martial law.
that's martial law.
Law. He's amazing as well. But no, Lei is a Chinese fighter who does kung fu and shit.
Is he the one with the white robes with the blue in the end?
I
If
don't think
I'm
so.
remembering
Give me
right.
a second, cause
Let me Google him myself. Actually, I will do it here on the iMac, which isn't mine, but I'm using it. Does it have tabs, this Safari? Safari, do you have tabs? I'll have to open Safari again. Apologies if you can hear the mouse.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't Ling? Oh, so it's Li Chaolan. No, wait, no, that's the other one.
Li Xiaolan?
Fuck. Li Chaolan? Oh, he's the foster brother of Jin and Jin Kazama. Oh, was it Kazuya? I forgot which one, but yeah, it's complicated. The story isn't exactly the easiest one to follow.
Okay. Lee Tekken. Google him. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to open a new tab in Safari. Oh, that Lee. Oh, the white-haired dude. Okay, yeah. Isn't he the one that says excellent?
Yeah, give me a second.
Isn't
'cause,
he the one that goes excellent?
No.
Or is that somebody else that I'm thinking of? Sorry, you can hear the mouse probably? I do
Yeah,
apologize.
no, because he had a lot of abuses. Because he had like 7 stances that you had to juggle, and if you do it properly, you can literally combo people for a fucking eternity. But learning how to do that is a fucking monster of a achievement. Because you literally need to remember every fucking.
Yes, it is.
combination.
It is Lee that says excellent.
Lee or Lei, because they're different.
No, it's Lee. It's Lee that goes. Oh,
Lee-
excellent.
No, that's the white-haired dude. That's the foster brother of the yada yada.
Oh,
Lei
is
Lei,
it not
Lei
him that we're
Wulong.
talking about? No.
Lei Wulong.
Oh, Lei. Okay.
Yeah, I know. This is like 50
Lei.
people.
Oh God, this keyboard is weird. I'm not used to like whatchamacallit, Mac keyboard, because you know, one of the little Bluetooth ones. It's quite a nice keyboard, quite small, but it's just
This is small one. Yes.
Lei long. I'm Googling this man. Lay too long. Nope, that's not what I want to see. Sure, forget it. Oh, the dog farted. This is nice. Good job, dog. Anyway, yeah. So he played Tekken. The dog wrecked the TV.
Well, that was the previous one, so he had to. So he went out and bought a new one.
Oh, God.
1.2K because it was.
Because you're in Bulgaria, yeah. What TV did he get?
Oh, a big ass one. I think he went for the 60 inches.
No, but
I'm
what
not sure.
brand of TV?
Oh, no idea.
Oh.
I didn't check. I was like, because it was kind of funny. So we spent the whole night just trying to get Pharaoh the fuck away from us. So after that, me and him spent watching the night shitty Netflix horror movies.
Oh, very good. Let's hear about these shitty movies.
Well, we watched a horror anthology called XX.
Okay.
That had some big name actresses in it and actors. It had the actresses from 2.5 Men, you know, the crazy stalker guy that Charlie had.
Yeah.
She was in it. It was pretty dumb. It was a pretty bad anthology series. I remember it, but I remember it because I watched it before. I just couldn't couldn't remember exactly what the fuck it was about. But I remember because it had this amazing stop motion cinematics in between the episode. Let's go with the episodes, from the anthology series.
Oh, if it's an anthology, it's gonna be separate. Just call them shorts, I guess. Also, once I said sorry, I said shorts. Did you see? Oh, I need to get that into the news docket. Shit. Okay, carry on. Sorry.
Oh, I've got plenty of news. Most of them are not good. And you know, it's they were fucking amazing, but it was boring and dumb as shit. Fuck that. Second movie we watched was a God Satanic, I think was its name. It had you have seen Modern Family?
Yeah, but
you remember the older daughter of Phil?
Yeah.
She was in it. It was pretty bad. After that, I kept it off at, listen, buddy, I got a horror movie just for us, and I put Babysitter on for him to watch. Best time ever.
Of all the films.
Of course. They were talking about it. It was like, because the Netflix choice for horror movies is fucking limited, to say the least. And
yeah, their horror selection is not great, but the weird thing with Netflix is sometimes the selection is great, but sometimes you just scroll down and it carries on going, which is good because then you can get into more films, but it's just odd how it doesn't do it sometimes.
See, this is the stupidity. It highlights like 20 movies, of which some of them are watchable, but there is the classics, so you've seen them like 50 times. Because I had the fucking thing, I had all of the shit I've already seen like 50 times, whatever. But when you go to the search, you type horror movies, more appear. But not just horror movies, because apparently when he typed horror movies, I saw fucking Ted.
Yeah, no, it doesn't, like, when Kimmy was over, she brought a dog last Saturday, just, so they could see the flat, and we pretty much spent 20 minutes looking at films, and I was like, films that'll keep you at the edge of your seat, that type of category, and it had like a drama of some sort that has nothing to do with that, but it's just there because Netflix decided to push it for some reason. So don't bother with searching things on Netflix. Just scroll because it's much easier.
Well, I mean, it was
unless it's something specific that you're looking for, don't bother.
Yeah, then we went to bed. He got the dog out. I was sleeping on the couch. At some point, because I was sleeping in a very awkward position where I have the legs on a goddamn chair.
Of course.
That one.
That's the old cowboy sleep.
Yeah. But at some point, Federer decided it's a good idea to open the door to the goddamn living room, get to me, and start doing shit. And the whole time I was like,
did you get humped?
No, I mean he's too old for that. He's basically like 25 kilograms at this point.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, he's basically an angry white sausage. That's what he fucking looks like. He also went for the goddamn boss because he's a dog. He doesn't understand. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, let me sleep. Let me sleep. Then he was like, he woke up and I was like, Federer, come here, stupid dog.
Woke
up on the next day. Both of us fucking plastered. He started work, and I got him to download and play fucking Heroes 3. So we spent the whole day just him doing work, kinda maybe because it was a slow day, and playing Heroes 3 at the side.
That sounds like a good day.
I went back and yesterday I went out.
Yes.
I played some footy, finished footy, went for a beer, and I wound up back home at 6 a.m.
Oof.
Yes.
Oof.
So I was like, I woke up, I was like, fuck.
I was surprised you messaged me so early as well. Like, you never usually message me like before 12.
And here is the funniest part ever. I got woken up at 10 a.m. by a fucking telemarketer. from A1, which is my cellular carrier.
A1. That's what MTEL became, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And they was like, "Hello, are we speaking to Mr. Yada Yada?" Yes, he's on the phone. Oh, we're here to tell you about the stuff. I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." And there's like, "So, if we can offer you this plan that also includes the TV package."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, no, because I literally spent I paid my TV package last week." I was like, "No, thank you." But we can also do this. It's like, listen,
No,
I know
go
what you're
away.
trying to do. I know that I'm in a specific fucking plan that was made fucking 50 years ago. 50 years, like 20 years ago. It's very specific and it's peculiar for a reason. And I was like,
I know it's actually technically costing you guys money.
Well, yes and no, because it's basically made by my father when I was little.
Yeah.
Because he got a specific package because he works at a nuclear power plant, so they were entitled to specific packages for family plans. So he got that one. So if I go out of this one, he was like, "But you haven't heard the offer." I was like, "Listen, buddy, no, just thank you, fuck you, bye."
No, that's the best part about telemarketing. Some of them are so persistent. You're like, I don't want to hear about it. But listen, no, look, I genuinely don't.
He was here's the thing. He was actually rude because he was talking down to me. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Are you trying to tell me that you trying to sell me shit? Shit I already know about." He was like, "What the fuck are you trying to do to me now? You're trying to sell me a goddamn TV package when I don't fucking need one. You're trying to sell me an internet package as well. Are you fucking demented?"
Yeah, I had it here once where somebody phoned me up from my old from my old mobile provider.
Wait, aren't you on 3?
I've not been with 3 for a while. And
Which one are you on now?
O2?
I'm also still on O2 because O2 is the best one. Told you, bitch boy.
I had to move because that's the only place where I can get my Nokia. But anyway, so I moved to O2, and ages ago before that, I get a call from 3. I'm like, they keep calling me every day. It's like, has something happened? Is something important? Oh, hello, good sir. I'm from 3, and all that. I'm like, I'm going to offer you, would you like a tablet? I'm like, no, I don't want a tablet. But you can watch Netflix on your tablet, and you can do many things on the tablet. And I'm like, look, buddy, I have a laptop, and I use the laptop because it's easier. He goes, but the laptops, they are very heavy. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't need a tablet because I can do all that on my phone as well. But their phone is not a big screen. I'm like, it's 5.5 inches. He goes, oh. I'm like, yeah, the phone is too. Hey, and then he's like, but I can still offer you the tablet. It's very cheap. Sorry, I'm doing an Indian accent, and the dog is getting very agitated. I don't even know why.
I wonder.
The dog is a hidden racist. Calm down, Pingy.
Yeah.
But, or maybe he's an outright racist, but people don't know because he's a dog. And then I'm like, right. He goes, what's the tablet? I'm going to send you a link for the tablet. And he sends me a link, and it's like a really shitty, like the most basic Amazon Fire?
Yep.
It's kind of like that, but even worse.
Jesus. And how much did he want? 200?
It was like 20 a month or something. Nothing horrible. Nothing out of the. I think it was like 6 months. 20 a month, 6 months. I'm like, right. What's the resolution on this tablet? If you don't mind me asking, because it's not listed. He goes, oh, it's HD. I'm like, because I looked up the model and it says it's 480p. Oh, no, it's a mistake. I'm like, okay. Can this tablet run me HD films? You can watch films on it. Yes. I'm like, no. Can I watch HD films on it? I don't know. I'm like, you're the one selling me this. You're supposed to know this. Oh, I'm like, can it run like newer games? Games? I'm like, yeah, I play video games. Does it run video games? You can play Flappy Bird. I'm like, nope. Like, I told you this. Please stop offering me this tablet. I already said I don't want it. But you can start listening to me. I'm like, look, I understand you're working on commission. I understand you've had me on the line for 15 minutes now because you've been phoning me like mad for the last 3 days. Stop phoning me about tablets. The same guy phoned me a week later offering me a new phone. Try and guess what the phone was. You can't guess.
Nokia?
Nope.
No.
It was an Alcatel.
Oh God! Do they still fucking make
No,
phones?
the new Alcatels are actually pretty. The proper flagship ones, quite good. But he was offering me pretty much a burner phone. He was offering me a phone that would look like I was selling drugs on the side. with a keypad and everything. I'm like, this phone is only £10 a month. I'm like, what is this phone, bud? I had like the Motorola that one. Like I've got a Motorola here that is pretty much top of the line. Why would you offer me? No, listen to me. Like, what did I tell you? How did you know it was the same person? I'm like, I remembered your name. Oh, okay, bye. I'm like, that's what I wanted to hear. Thank you.
Yeah,
Fucking Christ. It's just.
Here's the weird part when it comes to this. When I switch to O2, they call me occasionally, especially when I have to renew my plan.
They call me as well, yeah.
Yeah, they're very courteous.
But it's not very often.
Because they at least know what the fuck
like
they're doing.
if I somehow do something on my phone that, say, I'll make a call to somewhere that I don't usually make a call to, they'll phone me up and be like, is this you? You know, just to be 100% sure. I'm like, yep, it's me. Don't worry about it.
And this is why I still stay on O2, because O2 have the best services in my opinion, and have some of the better plans.
Reception's a bit shoddy here and there, to be fair.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's absolutely fair, but still, that's minor complaints when it comes to the fact that you're getting good services.
True.
I was like, because one time they phoned me, I was like, excuse me, I have an offer for you. I was like, okay, sure, what the fuck do you want? I was like, what phone do you have? At the time I was with my iPhone 5, my old one.
That was annoying.
I was like, the woman was like, okay, listen, we can switch it, and we can give you an iPhone 8, I think it was, or 7.
Okay.
7, and it's just gonna cost you like £25 a month for 2 years, plus return on the iPhone 5, because I have to, exchange it.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, that's not too bad, but I don't want to. But
I'm quite happy with what I have. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, okay, no worries, because we decided to give you this offer because you're a long time the guy that's been with the company. So I was like, yeah, sure, thank you, but no. Thank you, but no.
No, that's fine. Like, I had it with 3 when I was like, okay, I'm coming off 3 now. I've been with you guys for so long. You kind of been dipshits. I just need to keep my phone. Oh, please, no, don't go away. We can offer you the same price for what you're getting with your new company and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what phones have you got? He goes, this, and this. I'm like, what are those phones made of?
Plastic.
Glass? Can you offer me a full metal phone? No. Can you offer me the Nokia 8? Oh, no, we don't stock that one. I'm like, why did you think I'm going away from you then? But our offers, I'm like, please just give me the code. just give me the code. And then he was like, yes, I will transfer you. I'm like, I've been transferred 3 times. Just give me the code so I can keep my number, for God's sake.
Yeah.
They just make the process so grueling and annoying. It almost feels like they make it like that so you don't switch off. So you just get so annoyed you just hang up the phone.
Yup. That is kind of what they're doing. I mean, it's very, how should I put it, counterintuitive.
Yes.
Because the more they annoy you, the more you want to switch.
No, it was the same when I wanted to transfer my internet with BT, like, to my new place. I tried to phone them. I spoke to a robot 5 times before I got put through to a person and the connection dropped. I tried doing it online with the chat thing, just speaking to a person on the chat. I got transferred twice when the connection dropped again until I eventually found it on their website and just did it on the website. Because it's like, connect to the chat. Obviously you click the chat and you go, oh, I have to select what I'm doing. Okay, I'm moving house. There's a button. There's an option there. Okay, I'll transfer you. Sorry, I'm tapping on the table. I hope people can hear that. That's me tapping on the table. And then it goes, okay, we've transferred you to this, speak to this person. I'm like, hi, I'm moving house. Okay, can you confirm you're this? Yes, I can confirm that. We can help you with that. When are you moving? Next week. I'll transfer you to a different team that's going to sort that out for you. I'm like, did I not just speak to you? Did I not wait 20 minutes? Like, do you know what? I'm leaving. I'm just gonna find it myself.
Okay, so there is actual reason, because a lot of my friends actually play. Not play, but work in this type of scenarios. So usually when you ask for something that they're not prepared or don't know how to properly do, instead of them fucking up, which would be getting you angry and probably getting them fired, it's like, okay, we'll transfer you to someone who actually knows what the fuck you want to how to get it sorted. It is annoying. There is an actual reason behind it.
No, I guess they're doing their job and stuff, but when you submit your application for the web chat and you've already said, I want to do this, they should just put me up to somebody that does that. It should ping it automatically and send it over to them.
Not exactly. Not exactly, because depends how the teams are at the moment, who's free and who's not.
Okay,
You're not the only
that
person.
also. Yeah.
So usually it comes like it might not be in their competency, but you still should have some kind of a response because of it. The other way they actually do is get up from the desk and be like, "Oi, which one of you plonkers knows what the fuck this guy doing?" People like, the fuck?
Just throws the headset over.
That guy. It's like, that guy over there knows what the fuck this guy's doing. I was like, okay, so what the fuck do I do? So he runs you the fucking play-by-play. And you're like, shit. I understood nothing.
Nice. Okay.
Also, I purchased myself a medieval.
Oh, this is a video game.
Yes, the video game.
Is it good?
Yes, it is. Buy it now before I fucking come to Glasgow and
Also,
smack your
I bought
fucking ass again.
Quiplash. Quiplash. It's basically it's a party game, and you get together with a bunch of friends. You all download this app on your phones. Yeah, it's basically. Have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
Yes.
It's that, but you write the answer yourself. So it's not a set answer that you get out of 5. No, you have to write the answer yourself. Then people vote on that answer, and it all happens on the screen. So if you're at a party with people, and you all sloshed out your faces, it could be it's a fun time.
Maybe it just doesn't seem like it. But yeah, buy a medieval, play it.
I will
play
buy
it
it
now.
I will play it. Yes.
Smug son of a bitch.
Fuck up.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the game is. I think I found myself a new game.
Oh god.
The game is really good. I think it's actually faster than Dusk.
Oh, Dusk is
Yeah.
pretty fast.
Yeah, I think this was way faster. I mean,
That's
you
good.
don't have the crazy bunny hopping skills, but this is like there is this. You see the game and how it functions, and you understand why it's so good. It's like every weapon has a specific crunchy noise when it hits something, and you always know when you hit shit.
Oh, that's
and
good.
it's-
That's actually good.
And it's really, really good.
Okay.
And the art direction is pretty amazing because I'm on the 3rd level and I got pissed off, so I haven't touched it in a while, mostly because I've been also out drinking, but that's besides the point. And it's a good game. I'll
That's
get
good.
to the news
That's good.
about games later because there's a couple ones over there.
Speaking of
Also-
news, yes.
Also, the game I'm looking currently is called Robo Instructus.
Okay.
I'll link it into Discord where I have linked a shit ton of memes.
Yes, he's linked many memes. I've not even looked at the memes as of yet, but
You
I
should.
will in a bit.
You should. This is a game about programming and platforming.
Yep.
Kinda. It's not platforming exactly. It's basically it's tagged as simulation, programming, puzzle, and logic, which is the usual how these games go. Pretty good usually. Really good because a lot of the times it's very difficult to actually play them because you actually need to know what the fuck you're typing because it's based on actual real life knowledge. I had Space Cam, which is a programming / chemistry game where you had to create a converter where basically you created set stuff that you need to with different outputs, inputs, and stuff to make it work. It's a puzzle game that actually requires you to have some knowledge, and it has to be a perfectly functioning one.
Okay.
So you need a specific.
Sorry, if you
amount
can
of
hear a
time
weird
to-
noise, that's the dog nibbling his foot.
Yeah.
I don't know what are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? Stop nibbling your foot. Leave the foot alone.
I also played Shenzhen IO a bit. I'm not really good at these games because I don't particularly know anything about engineering.
Okay.
The point was you creating engineering yourself stuff that's basically given to you by a company with a plot, the actual plot. Shenzhen IO is really difficult because you have to read the manual. It's like, this is one
Read
of
the
those games-
manual, yeah.
Read the manual, know what the fuck's going on, and then you'll be able to do it.
Okay.
Basic electricity, basic constructions and stuff, and that shit just goes only as far. Then you need to be able to properly connect stuff, actually figure out the problems themselves that they give you, because it's not actually cut and dry. You don't just read the menu and know it exactly. You have to think about it.
Uh-huh.
And they're usually a really fun time if you know what the fuck you're doing.
Okay.
You learn new stuff. News time.
News time. Can I get? I've only got 4 news on here. Have you seen the trailer for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
No, is that a new one?
I don't think there's a new one. I only saw it at the cinema when I went to see
I mean,
Midsummer, and I hadn't seen it, and I was like, "Oh, this looks amazing."
Oh, this reminds me. As like I told you, I saw Midsummer.
Oh, did you see Midsummer?
No, not that Midsummer. I saw.
Oh, you saw the other Midsummer, yeah.
Oh yeah, let me get to IMDb because I'll.
And they're kind of similar films, surprisingly enough.
The other Midsummer is a 2003.
Yep.
The one that's basically Swedish/Danish one.
Yep. Do you know? And what's the main character's name?
What?
What's the main character's name in that?
Christian, I think.
Do you know what's one of the main characters' names in this one?
Christian. I mean, it's very weird because you have to have subtitles because they speak only in.
That was entirely Scandinavian, yeah. They're very kind of similar films.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. I mean, Midsummer wasn't that bad.
Why did you fart?
And I have to follow up and see if Phil actually saw the movies I told him to see.
What, you and Phil had like conversations on the side?
No. I have to do that though because I'm actually interested to know if he actually did it.
Okay, Phil is a friend of the show, Phil Better himself, who is currently playing Rust. I can see on the Discord that he's playing Rust. Good job, Phil. What else? Yeah, he was on the last show. We had a good time. Went on for nearly 3 hours just ranting about shit.
Well, that's got to happen.
Which he didn't expect. He was like, I'm only going to be around for 2 hours, but then he stuck around because he said he had a really good time. So that's appreciated of Phil. But yeah, I only saw the trailer for Scary Stories when I see Midsummer. It looks really good.
Because I remember, I linked you like fucking 3 months ago. They came out like fucking shorts, like 5 trailers for it. And these 5 trailers, I think they probably made the final cut.
Yeah, this was like 2.5 minutes, and it just shows bits of everything. And there's the chattering man at the end. It just looks fucking disgusting, and I really want to see this.
Yeah, that's fine. Anything else you want to share?
Did you see the new? Well, there's a poster for the new chapter 2 of It. And it's pretty much just the eyes of the clown. It's a good-looking poster.
Yeah, I did. Meh.
Right, there's a trailer for a film called Don't Let Go.
This sounds familiar.
It's a Blumhouse film. It's basically about this cop whose niece gets killed in a shootout. And then all of a sudden he gets a call from her. But she's somehow calling him... She doesn't know she's dead because she's calling from 2 weeks before.
Oh.
So he has to like race against time for 2 weeks. Oh, he's sniffing the microphone. Good job, dog. Yeah, the trailer is where he pretty much has to race against time for 2 weeks to save her and save like her family, and he's trying to like piece the crime together as she's like giving him like stuff over the phone in the 2 weeks that pass. Okay. Seems like a really cool concept, and it's like an entirely black cast as well. So it's
of course because after Blumhouse,
after Get Out, yeah.
I don't know, not Get Out. After Ma, they need.
Is Blumhouse a Ma? Was Ma a Blumhouse thing as well?
Yeah, okay. It was. That's the
okay.
part.
In other news, Taika Waititi is writing and directing Thor 4.
What? Wait, she's writing it to the.
No, Taika is a man. He's a man.
Doing what?
Thor.
What?
Thor number 4, the fourth Thor. Thor 4, Thor. He's writing and directing. He was behind Thor Ragnarok.
Is he going with the woman Thor though?
No. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Hemsworth again. But he's writing and directing this one. He wrote and directed Ragnarok, which is pretty much the best Thor film and the best Planet Hulk film that we've had. So, if you haven't seen it, by the way, see it because it's primarily a comedy and it's a really well made comedy.
Fair. I mean, I don't particularly think that any of the Thor movies were specifically.
No, the Ragnarok's really good. One of the funniest bits in it is Bruce Banner goes, "I'm gonna transform into the Hulk," because they've been struggling, and he jumps out this plane to like transform. It just falls flat on a bridge, as Bruce Banner breaks his fucking neck. It's the funniest thing ever. I just laughed at the man breaking his neck.
Anything else?
No, that's it. That's all I could find before we started, because I was kind of like trying to deal with the dog and his little barking fit that he was having. I might need to take him out before we go to bed, just so in case he poops. Although I've bathed him, might need to do that. Do you need to go poop, buddy? Do you? No, you're good. Okay, carry on.
Do you know? Oh, by the way, the movie's coming out on the 30th of August. The Don't Let Go one. Interesting.
Oh, it's coming out soon as well.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Okay. So let me begin with the Cringe Fest. You know that game Iron Maiden I told you about?
Ion Maiden.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's not called Iron Maiden anymore now.
Why?
Because a specific group, a music group, had their lawyers contact 3D Realms and threaten a lawsuit.
Why? Because it's close to
Yes.
Iron Maiden?
Yes.
Seriously?
And let me get this shit out. Iron Maiden had a game. Well, basically, and it was a pretty fucking shit game. Because it was basically.
Didn't they have more than one game?
No, I think it's just the one. It flopped badly. Kiss also had a game, so make what you want out of that one.
Okay.
They were pretty bad ones, actually. This is like even they tried to do the whole arena style shooter, but they failed miserably at it because reasons. Yeah, so now Iron Maiden is called Ion Fury.
Okay. That's still a pretty cool game. Pretty cool name, to be fair.
But Iron Maiden makes most.
Ion Maiden. Yeah, it's a wordplay on Iron Maiden, but why fucking just...
But it was never meant as one.
Okay.
Because it was just because the name of the character was in previous games she was Bombshell Shelly, I think something like that.
Oh, so it's actually like in the same universe as something else. Is that what it is?
Which one?
Ion Maiden.
Iron Maiden. Yeah, because the main character of Iron Maiden is basically the Bombshell.
Oh, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean.
What are you doing, buddy? Let me just get him off. Get off. Come on.
Get the game. Play it now.
Is it
really
good?
Fucking amazing. Yes, it's really fucking good. Another game you should fucking play. I mean, your fucking revolver is a 18 shooter.
Okay.
It has 18 bullets and it shoots by threes. And also has the auto aim insta headshot stuff, but you need to actually cock it and do it properly.
All right. Okay.
It's not easy, but it's fun because I played on last difficult. That's why it wasn't easy because it's a build engine game.
Okay. Did you manage to catch gameplay of my friend Pedro as well? By the way.
I've seen.
Oh God, here we go.
Woof woof.
Fuck's sake. Okay. Carry on talking about Ion Maiden or something, because I'm gonna go give this guy a treat because he's not gonna stop barking. I'll be back. Shut up. Come with me.
Well, also the PC release is gonna be August 15th, so it should be soon. I really suggest people to pick it up. It's a really good game, well made. They made a decade-old, barely functioning 2.5, broken engine, the build one, and it made it look fucking amazing. You have grenades that basically home and run towards the enemies. You have Uzis, the standard stuff, but that doesn't matter. You have a goddamn massive shotgun that's amazing, but needs a little bit less ammo than I expect. Looks like it launches grenades, but it really doesn't. You've got a large ass machine gun, Serious Sam style, and the enemies amazing. All of them. There was because it's basically in the future. There was this the little enemy that's basically a head on spider legs that has one eye, and it's fucking great. It's just so good. You have a crossbow that shoots multiples. Very open levels with a lot of with ton of exploring to do.
Apologies for that.
Yeah, a lot of exploring to do in the levels. Difficult sections, but difficultly rewarding ones, like the blood style of the games.
Okay.
Also, before I forget, there is going to be a new walking sim game coming out soonish.
Another walking sim? Don't we have enough of those?
It's a Lovecraftian one. It's called Mouth of Mandess.
Oh.
I'll leave a
You have piqued my interest. Yeah, leave links for all these stuff in the Discord so I can put them up later in the description.
Oh, the Ion Fury one that they basically posted in the Steam forums that they're going to change the name because it's a lawsuit.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Also, this came out like a couple of days.
If you hear cracking, that's the dog munching a treat.
Day ago, which is basically a live-action Warhammer 40k TV series is already in the works, and the guy behind it is the guy from The Man in the High Castle. which is fair.
Okay.
It's gonna be about about Gregor Eisenhorn. Strongly
That's
suggest.
Chinese to me, so I don't know
Yeah,
what you're
I
talking
strongly
about.
suggest you pick up the books, but they would cost you a lot of money. They're written by Dan Abnett. It's probably some of the best 40k book series
What
that
else
came
has
out.
Dan Abnett written? Because his name sounds very familiar.
Oh, a lot of things. I mean, except all the shit ton of things in Warhammer. He's also written comics. I mean, I have to go to his Wikipedia page because he wrote Doctor Who episodes as well. And I think Avengers he wrote
A
some
lot of
parts.
magic. Not magic,
Oh
sorry. A
yeah,
lot of 40k.
yeah, a shit ton
Primarily
of 40k.
40k. I'm guessing that's where I know him from. Because
Yeah,
I've seen him in 40k covers.
yeah, that. I
Oh,
mean,
he's
he's
written the
written.
new Mira. The Mira run
Yeah,
for DC. Okay. A lot of Titans
yeah.
and a lot of Avengers as well. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, he wrote Infinite Crisis. Fight for Multiverse, I should say.
He writes a lot. He Guardians of the Galaxy with Colossus, the Legacy in the World of the King stuff. I mean, there's a lot of things that this is. Let's see what he wrote lastly, because
He wrote
what's
some
some
40k comics as well.
oh well, and yeah,
Didn't know
and
40k had comics. I thought it was just.
they do. They're
I thought it was just
okay,
novels.
but no, they have some comics, but they're not amazing. It's just okay. He was also written parts of Aquaman and some Superman stuff. Like, he's also wrote Dark Light.
Yeah, I've noticed that
The
he's written a
stories.
bunch of shit, but
Yeah, but his novels when it comes to about the 40k, especially Eisenhorn and the Ravenel series,
okay.
absolutely amazing. It's just absolutely worth doing it, reading them. He's also written a lot of the Horus Heresy ones, some of the really good books that are critically acclaimed.
Yeah,
Why not?
TB, God bless him, used to always say that Dan Abnett is like one of his more favored 40k writers.
Well, yeah, because 40k is like, especially now, because they have a slew of new authors, and some of them are not really good. I mean, probably they try to get the bearings first, but that's just a bit of it. It's not,
No, oh, fuck's sake, man. Dog, don't do this. Nope, I'm gonna turn my mic down. Dog,
that's-
why are you doing this to me? Why? Nope, he's still barking. He's a barking boy. Stop barking.
yeah, well.
I'll be back. I'll be back again, for fuck's sake.
Uh,
Move on to other news or something.
The other news,
Come
I
with me.
kinda need you for reasons. Now, as people know, right now we're gonna have a black woman as the new James Bond, and I'm gonna wait to see what the fuck they're gonna do because I'm still disappointed that Idris Elba didn't get the role and he's not the new James Bond. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Because for me, it just has to be Idris Elba. You're missing a prime chance of an amazing James Bond that probably everybody would like. And the way that the thing about it is like in the collective psyche, James Bond is already made as a character, as a person. He has the specific traits. So I don't know how they're gonna tackle that one woman. I'm gonna wait and see. Giuseppe it's not gonna be Daniel Craig anymore, but he's happy about that one. I don't know if that's a good thing at this point or not.
Don't bark at me.
Lots
I
of
won't
people
fight
were
you.
angry
I won't fight you.
because she's black or she's a woman. I don't fucking know, but
Okay, so
yeah, I was talking about the new James Bond.
I don't care about that. I've not even.
Yeah.
I haven't even bothered putting it in the news. I don't give a shit anymore.
I'm angry because it's not Idris Elba.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Daniel Craig said it was gonna be his last one.
I'm fucking happy there's not gonna be Daniel Craig. Fuck that sucker shit. Fuck
He
him
said
to
it's my.
damnation.
He said it's my last one.
I mean, but still, why not Idris Elba? I don't just
Because he's
it's
too
written.
free. He's too rugged.
So he's got everything needed. I mean, now we have a black woman as a new James Bond.
Is that what it is? I thought it was
Yeah.
still gonna be Daniel Craig for the last
No,
one.
no. It was announced the new James Bond is gonna be a black woman.
Oh. Yeah.
Yep, I mean, it's like and
They,
I was
I'm not
explaining,
fussed.
like,
James Bond. We could go with a lady Bond.
I mean, here's the thing though. Here's the one thing I'm actually interested to see how they do. Because in the collective psyche, James Bond is already a determined character with its own traits and downfalls. And I'm not sure that they translate well to a woman. We'll see how they tackle it. They might come up with a
Yeah, because it
easy
was written by a horrifically xenophobic, like
by a
women
World War II
hater,
veteran that was
incredibly racist. Yeah.
He also spearheaded in one of the most important operations during the World War II. Created it and made it. But yeah, I mean, I do agree that he was a very Ian Fleming is not a very nice person.
No, Ian Fleming was a horrific person. Like woman abusing, racist.
Yeah, but this is also Britain, where Alan Turing, the guy that basically won World War II by cracking the Enigma code, created the foundations of modern day computing and a lot of other things. And the British government went, "Why are you gay? Why are you gay?"
That was a movie with the Benadryl Cabbage Patch. Are you gay? Euthanasia.
It's just some things are fucking weird these days. What else? I mean, there's a couple of trailer. Oh! Get this shit.
Yes.
We have a release date for the new Doom movie.
What? Wait, I thought that came out. I thought it was like direct to DVD.
No. It's October.
Oh, is it? Was it Halloween? Is it on Halloween?
15th, I think.
15th.
Like, give me a second. No. 1st of October. Home video.
So it is still direct to DVD.
Of course it is. Oh, I forgot to mention. Apparently,
yes.
Today I learned that that shitty movie with The Rock, one of his first was, The Scorpion King.
Yes.
Apparently, it has sequels.
Yeah, it does, and they're all horrible.
I know. I just watched the third one.
Oh, you've watched it. Don't do that to yourself. It was on Bulgarian TV when I was back in the area, and I watched it just for a bit and went.
Oh no! Yeah, but apparently the third one you have Dave Bautista.
Yes, you do.
And Ron Perlman.
Yes, you do.
And some other guys that absolutely chewed the fucking scenery out of it.
Yeah, it's still a horrible film.
It was so bad. This was transcending John Malkovich levels.
Yep.
This was so fucking bad. I was like, when you know that Ron Perlman barely moving around was the best actor in the movie, you know something's not right.
You know something ain't right. Yeah.
Ron
Perlman is great. Stop chewing my hoodie, you bastard. Stop being so anxious. Why be anxious? You need to go out. Is that what it is?
Okay, so we have a Liam Hemsworth movie called Runs from Cops. Called Killerman.
Killerman, yes.
Yeah, he runs from cops. I'll link it with the photos of it. There's a gallery.
Yeah, give me links.
It looks positively bad.
Sorry, if you hear weird noises, the dog is trying to hump my arm. Stop trying to hump my arm, you bastard. This is a good train wreck this week.
And there is another movie called Burn, which I barely fucking watched the trailer for. It looked positively bad. It's coming on.
Burn?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Gas station heist.
Do they burn the whole gas station down at the end? What is that about?
Maybe. I don't know. It's one of those where it's like I couldn't.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. One of the main actresses' actual names is Suki Waterhouse, and that immediately remind me of Suki Stackhouse from goddamn True Blood. Yeah, True Blood.
Suki.
Yeah, let me link you this shit as well. I couldn't watch the fucking trailer. It was so sad. Stop it.
Oh, come on, dog. Don't do this to me. Take the bone and go away with it. Good boy. You're a good boy. Okay.
There's a couple of first looks when it comes to Bonus, which is a trailer. Yeah, well. Okay, so basically this thing won something.
Monos, yeah, the poster came out as well. That looks.
It is a trailer now. It won something at Sundance, which I don't think is a good thing.
Oh, there's a trailer out. By the time I looked, there was only the poster.
It's gonna be in September. It's gonna be in theaters in September, like 13th. It says.
Okay.
Okay, so there's also a dystopian fairy tale called Paradyse Hills.
Okay.
I tried looking the trailer before we started. I couldn't finish it again. I don't know what the fuck's going on with me lately, but just the movies that are supposedly gonna come up, they don't interest me at all.
Okay.
And apparently there is a okay. So the North Bend Film Festival, which is where? Tell me something. Washington.
Washington.
Uh, yeah, it's gonna be in Washington. They've announced the lineups, and let's see if they have something interesting. I have to keep my eyes out up for.
Okay, how do you switch a Mac off? Okay, I see.
You don't switch your Mac off, you break it.
Shut down.
Yeah, that works as well. Yeah.
If you shut down, your files will be deleted. You are logged in as a guest. Okay. Shutting down deletes all files and information in the guest user home folder. These files cannot be recovered. Yeah, I didn't actually get any files, so okay. Yes, carry on, sir.
Yeah, I'm currently looking through the lineup they have, and I am fucking confused.
Oh, by the way, sorry. If you hear another weird noise, I calmed the dog down. He has a big bone that he's munching on right now.
Yeah.
So it's not me fapping; it's the dog munching a bone.
It's a couple of things. Okay, so lastly, soon there is a game that's gonna hit early access. A game
Okay.
that I would strongly suggest people to check out. It's again one of those called Nightmare Reaper.
I heard about this actually.
Yes, I'll link it in Steam. It's a very good game, actually.
All right. I'll actually have to have a look about that because I heard about it and I heard it was coming soon. So.
Well, yes and no, because I mean, let me put it like this: guess who's making the music for this game?
Who? Oh, is it the same guy? Sorry, I'm
It's
fixing the
Andy
mic.
Crochet. Of course, it's fucking.
It's the
Andy
guy
Crochet.
from Dusk.
He's the one person you fucking get to do all of the goddamn FPS soundtracks.
Just make him do
all
the music.
of them. I mean, he also is behind the Medieval. He also did Project Warlock. He also did fucking Dusk. He also did. He did the Rise of the Triad, the remake. Oh, it's actually not a bad game. It's just,
Yeah.
He did so much stuff. He's basically shading out music at this point. He's like the version of Stephen King when it comes to
He's
music.
another Mick Gordon. Yeah.
No, Mick Gordon's only got like what 2 games behind him.
No, he's got Wolfenstein, both Wolfensteins,
Doom.
both Dooms.
Well, no, these still haven't come out, but still 4 games.
Killer
That's
Instinct as well.
fair. for one.
You
It's
should
not a
really
bad
hear
game.
the Killer Instinct, the new one. You should really hear the soundtrack. It's actually stupid good.
I mean,
And he does a thing where his soundtracks actually work with the game, so it actually mixes with the game and does things according to what the player's doing, which very few games do. That's really cool.
well, he also did Prey. No one gives a shit about Prey.
Yeah.
And
So-
Lawbreakers. Okay.
Lawbreakers, that horrible game, atrocious. But
Yeah, but technically his soundtrack isn't really amazing compared to fucking other. Who does fucking just the guy's fucking insane.
no, what I appreciate about I already forgot who we're talking about. About Mick Gordon, the Doom soundtrack is probably one of the better soundtracks of 2016 for games.
Yep, no, that's absolutely fair.
And considering like it actually builds up and does shit according to the gameplay as well, that's a technical marvel just in its own.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
he does a full on presentation. It's like an hour and a half. One of my favorite videos ever. It's just him talking about how he made the music and how we went through how it's supposed to work. And it's some of the most like for somebody that makes music myself, like looking at that going, how the shit did you do that? And it's quite impressive.
Okay, so I mean, I'll tell you the games that Andrew Hoshot's done music for right now.
Okay.
Rise of the Triad, the ones I told you about.
Yes.
The unofficial mod add-on for Brutal Doom.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Ooh, Brutal.
Bombshell.
Yeah, is that the one with the U, the umlaut?
Yeah. Bombshell, which is the game I mentioned
Yeah.
before. Dusk, Quake Champions, a Medieval.
That's got decent music, to be fair. You can tell it's a bit
Medieval.
muddied by the rest of the game, but
Wrath Ian of Room, which is gonna come out, and I'm gonna play the living shit out of it. Proteus, the one that
that's
you
a
also know.
that's a really good soundtrack.
And Nightmare Reaper.
Good,
The guy has a knack for making it
making good soundtracks.
for FPS specifically
Yeah.
FPSs. And also he uses his platform to say which game he's working on.
That's good.
So gives them additional head start because
This is gonna be
technically
really
was
good
like
ASMR if people can hear that. Can you hear that?
kinda.
Oh my
He's
God.
chewing on a
all
bone,
the, all
isn't
the
he?
screeching and squelching, yeah. ASMR with Evo and the dog.
And the doggo.
Doggo ASMR.
It's like I feel like when it comes to Big Golden, the way I know what people are on about for the Wolfenstein the first
The new
game,
Wolfenstein. That's a really good soundtrack as well, yeah.
uh, but I don't fucking hear people talking about it as much anymore. It's really weird because I can't even remember it. I remember the Doom one because the Doom one it has 3 good songs actually.
Oh, I'm sorry, but the E1M1 remake is fucking great.
No, that's fucking trash. Come on. I'll tell you why it is because Andrew Herschel did it first.
Speaking
I'm
of
not
that,
even joking.
BF,
I have heard so many fucking remakes at Hell's Gate that at this point, I can already tell them it's not that it's the worst one. It's okay. I think that
it just the whole music
Hellwalker
really
theme is amazing.
fits. The Hellwalker, the Rip and Tear as well.
I'm not a big fan of Rip and
And I like BFG Division as well.
Yeah, BFG Division actually good.
BFG Division, that main riff with the synth going in the background is just I can just bob my head all the way through.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's like, but because he hops style through the game, it kind of throws me off. Like
Yeah,
I said, I'm gonna
send you that presentation that he does because it's also quite funny. But he talks about how originally when they started making the music, the original brief was no guitars.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Listen, the guy that was developing like, we want to stray away from that bit, so all we want is synth. Like, I don't want guitars in this. And then he was like, but it's a Doom soundtrack. Like, obviously, right? So they don't want guitars. I have to approach this in a new way. Like, I'll need to like rethink the way I do music. And he was like, I sent him my first, like, oh, I'm gonna redo this and do that and do this and tweak this. It's gonna be brand new. And he sent his first draft over. And the only reply that he got was, meh. So he has to like completely rethink his method of making music for the game. And the first time he did it, you know the chainsaw sound?
Yep.
So he grabbed that, pitch shifted it, and made it pretty. It was pretty much sounding like a guitar. And he sent it over to the guys. And they were like, "Ooh, I quite like this chainsaw in the background." And that's how he got guitars back into the game through the chainsaw because they realized it's Doom. You can't not have metal in Doom.
I mean, let's be fair. Especially Doom 1, all of its soundtrack is basically modified versions of popular metal songs.
Yeah, it's pretty much Megadeth, early Megadeth.
No, it's no.
And
Megadeth
a lot of no, it sounds like, I'm saying riff wise, it sounds like Megadeth, and a lot of early Judas Priest.
No, you're absolutely wrong. Actually, you're completely fucking wrong. You really don't.
E1M1 sounds like a Megadeth song.
E3M1 is Mouth of War by Pantera. Not much I remember. There is also South of Heaven done. There is also After All the Dead by Black Sabbath.
And Am I Evil? Yeah.
I don't think there was. There was also Metallica ones. There is also
no. One of them sounds like Am I Evil. They all sound like odd, like remixes just by a note.
Because they are. Because I fucking forgot the guy who did it. He basically got really popular metal songs that everybody liked and remade them into midis. And barely fucking dodged the whole copyright thing.
Dodged Lars's wrath.
I mean, and it's Lars. But I don't think I can't remember. Did they actually do a Metallica one?
I don't think Metallica would have like been pissed if they did it. Metallica are actually were supposed to be involved with a movie we're going to talk about later as well.
No, yeah, because the opening theme really sounds like Enter Sandman.
Do you know why? Because John Carpenter initially wanted to get Metallica on board to like record Enter Sandman for the film, and they said no, and he was like, "I'm just going to make my own."
He did a good job, but yeah,
spooky metal.
And, there's especially when it comes to the songs, this actual list of the songs that he copied. I think he was another Andrew, but I forgot because I'm an idiot. And I was like, because on other days I can pretty much cite all of its original lineup of people who worked there during the Doom 1 and Doom 2, because
nerds, yes,
because people. I was like, and you know. Also, this is a Randy-free podcast. Yes.
No, we haven't spoken about Randy. That's good. This is going to be the Randy free episode. That's the title
Yeah.
officially.
And the songs they did were fucking amazing. There was also one by Alice in Chains. I'm dead sure they had an Alice in Chains cover in Doom, which
I love
I'm not
Alice in
sure.
Chains so much.
I don't listen to Alice in Chains, so don't.
I
look
like
at me.
them. I like them a lot. Some of their riffs, especially in certain songs, are just the grooviest shit ever.
Yeah, well, yeah, fair. I mean, but I don't listen to them. I've never really
No, that's
listened to
fine.
them.
I don't blame you.
There's also. Type
Speaking of
Negative, I
music,
think.
by the way, Opeth released a new song from the new album.
Oh, I know that two are doing it.
2R as well, but yeah, no, their new song, like imagine Rush, but mixed with the harder parts of like a Pink Floyd song.
That implies that Pink Floyd has harder songs.
Well,
which take long.
the more rhythmic shit, like the solo from Money, but with vocals per se, that type of rhythm, mixed with Rush, mixed with like folk, mixed with typical Opeth.
I am not particular fan of Pink Floyd. Either. It's like I
Well,
don't mind.
it's
listening to
it's a
them,
lot
but
of head crushing riffs, but it's also kind of start stop, and the solo is like fucking just tasty solo, and it just ends. The last 2 minutes are just like a really good acoustic section. Really good song.
Whatever.
Really good song.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to
and
Any
there's
other
also
news?
Oh, right. I kind of wait. There was something else I remember, which was movie-wise. Did we mention this? Did I mention this last time? They're planning on remaking The Mask
No.
with a female lead.
Why?
So get this shit. You know that The Mask is originally a comic book.
A super violent comic book, yeah.
Yes,
And it's fucking great.
And one of the masks that follows is a woman. which is
Yeah.
fair.
But that's
But
the
here's the
psycho
thing.
killer that's always after him.
Well, no, she picks
Technically.
up the mask and becomes the mask,
Yeah.
and she becomes a more violent and brutal
She
mask.
becomes a
as the
worse mask. Oh, dog.
Yeah, and here is the thing though, because when people say the mask, they think of Jim Carrey.
Yep.
And Jim Carrey, what he's like, it's still violent, but it was comically done.
No, but it was for kids, and it was probably one of the better films that's kind of adapted a comic. A lot of people don't even know that The Mask was a comic.
But most people don't know about the comic books. And
True.
In the collective psyche, like I said about James Bond, we've already formed how the Mask is. And we already had the perfect guy play the Mask, Jim Carrey.
True. They couldn't have picked more perfect person
And I
at
don't
that time.
think they're gonna go with the the violent mask for the female version.
Well,
So
no,
they're
they
probably
need
gonna
to
go with
attack the kids.
Yeah, so they'll probably have to go with the funny one. Maybe
Melissa
one female-
McCarthy as the
Oh,
Mask.
Yeah, just get literally the worst one.
Does a fart and has food.
I mean, I have seen Melissa McCarthy. She can be really
She
funny.
can be really funny, yes.
But when they start doing shit like this, she will be forever known as the woman that ruined stuff.
The woman that farts and does a fart and has food because she's fat.
Yeah, because that's what we are for. That's what we live for fat women making.
Or we get
poo-poo sounds.
Kristen Wiig making snarky comments and being awkward. Although she's gonna play Cheetah in the new Wonder Woman.
Fair.
There is one of the ladies from SNL who was in the new Ghostbusters, and she's probably the best part of that. Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
Kate McKinnon will kick a lot of ass as the Mask.
There's also talk about remaking Back to the Future.
Sorry, I just kind of left the dog squelchers there to fill out my opinion about that.
And
Why?
this shit comes from Christopher Lloyd himself.
Oh, Marty!
No. He wants to make the new Back to the Future to have a topical, political / social message into it.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
really
the original was
big fan.
never about that. The original
I
was
know.
just funny, zany comedies about a man going back to the future for the repercussions and kiss my mom. Oh no, Biff Tannen is also here and he's old now. That type of shit. Sure, they had undertones and stuff, but their undertones for the time they had nothing to do with politics.
Oh no. Arrow's producers say the final of the season will be one long setup for CW's Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover.
Yeah, they said that ages ago.
Oh no! Why are the fucking idiots from CW doing this? Can you
Because
just
they've always wanted to do it. That's what they said that was their final goal, sort of.
I just kill me. Kill me.
Kill me now, come on.
Yeah,
Take me away and kill me.
So we're gonna have this very, very dark decade of shit being remade with different colors and genders into it just because the original ideas
Just
are
because
overrated.
inclusion, yeah. Because the
No,
because
it's not the inclusion part. I'm not mad about the inclusion part.
no, I'm not mad either. It's the fact that they're gonna make a shit film and then they're gonna blame it on Meninists or something.
Yeah,
It's the same as the new Ghostbusters. They made a shit film and then they went, it's the anti-feminists that ruined the film. Like, no, they fucking didn't. It was just a shit film.
Yeah.
Red Letter Media put out they're one of my favorite YouTube channels ever. You should really check them out. They do like movie reviews and stuff, and you'll enjoy their series where I think they do it every Sunday. What's called the Wheel of Misfortune or something, where they get 3 VHSs or whatever, and they watch just horrible films and then they talk about them. It's quite funny. It's quite a good time. But it's a 16-minute video of a scientist man explaining the new Ghostbusters, explaining how they blamed it on the anti-feminists, even though they had nothing to do with it. And 3% out of all the comments on that trailer were actually anti-feminist, while every other comment was, It's a long, stupid story, but what I'm saying is, make a good movie first, and then bother to look at the cast.
Well,
don't blame it on the cast, or don't blame it on the fan base. No, if your movie's shit, people are going to tell you it's shit, regardless of who's in it.
Oh god, I can't wait for Bong Joon-ho's Parasite to drop.
I know, right?
Also,
I can't wait for a Batman remake where Batman is a woman and the Joker is a woman and Harley Quinn is man and Killer Croc is woman.
I don't.
Speaking of that, I saw this article before we started, and I was going to include it in the podcast, but because we've run that theme into the ground anyway, Ewan McGregor's going to play Black Mask, isn't he? In the new in the Birds of Prey film.
Fair, can actually
really good casting, yeah.
Yes and no, because he needs to be at least more bio in the threat. He talks the part, but he's old.
Yeah, but Black Mask is about being behind the scenes and shit like that.
He's still a fucking mafioso guy, man.
Yeah, he's the mafia man, you know what I'm saying? But, do you know what the article was? It wasn't even about the film that much. It's that this DC are going to push Black Mask, or going to present him as the first openly gay villain.
Why?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Him as well.
I thought Black Mask had like hookers and shit around him all the time. I mean, I'm not fussed about him being gay in the film. It's just why, you know. I'm all for inclusion, but it just feels like we said last time on the podcast with Phil. At one point, it just feels like just straight up just pandering. It just feels like we need somebody. We have an all-female cast, and they're all diverse, and they're all different. Oh, we need something else. Make the villain gay. Why? What? How does this serve the story? It doesn't serve the story in any way, shape, or form. You're just doing it because you're doing it. Why? I mean, it's great, fine, inclusion, but at the end of the day, it doesn't serve your story in any way. You're just doing it for the sake of attracting. I'm guessing you need to make money, yes, but you can still make money by him not being gay or by other people being that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but still.
It's just a bit silly. It's just a bit silly if you ask me.
Yeah, still.
Quite like this Apple mouse. So I'm just looking at this mouse. It's got a really nice weight to it. I'm quite surprised.
Because like I said, you can't apparently you can't write a proper character just
without them being can't write a proper character. So let's give them some traits. They're gay. It's like, but yes, that's a trait, sure. But does that make him a better character? Maybe, maybe not. we'll have to wait and see. But it just feels like pandering. That's all I want to say. I'm not being hateful or anything. It really feels like pandering.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that no one's gonna fucking enjoy it. Not even people. They're supposed to be pandering to. Then they'll blame to the people to literally the other.
It's gonna come down again to the whole. The anti-gays ruined the film. But what if the film was bad to begin with? It doesn't have to do anything with the anti-gays. But
no.
you don't understand. They say they don't like the gays, and the film is bad. The film's good, but because they didn't like the gays, they ruined the film for everybody else. I'm like, no. If you make a bad film, it's a bad film, regardless. Let's move away because, speaking of films, and let's talk about a good film.
Oh yeah, let's talk about In the Mouth of Evilness. Oh, sorry, Madness.
Madness. In the Mouth of Madness. Yeah. Oh, stop dropping the bone, dog. Please. That bone was like whole 2 days ago. Anyway, yes, let's talk about In the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah, I mean, now I'll get to say this. This movie has already been overanalyzed for fucking years.
True.
And
Red Letter Media did a video, Chris Stuckman did a video on it, and they're both like over 20 minutes.
And here's the thing, most of the times no one catches everything for reasons. I mean, you always miss shit out because that's the
especially in a film like this. It's such a how did they say it? A very cerebral film.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a meta movie.
It's quite meta. Tell me, do you read Sutter Kane? That's
everybody reads.
Everybody reads Sutter Kane. For those that don't know, we're gonna spoil In the Mouth of Madness.
I mean, that's how it
usually goes. But we still recommend to watch the film because even though we spoil everything, it's a lot easier to go into a film knowing bits about it sometimes. But with this one, as much as we spoil, there's still a lot that we're gonna miss.
Of course, because otherwise I need to have a fucking word.
You need to get like the essay sorted on the side, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood to type any of that.
Like, put it this way: I have a 32-inch MacBook and iMac in front of me. If I typed up something, it would probably fill up the screen.
Well, yeah. So let me just In the Mouth of Madness, 1994.
Technically, it came out in 95, I think, but yes, it's a
95 in the USA.
Yeah, it's a 94 film.
So this is the third movie in the supposed trilogy by Carpenter known as
the Apocalypse trilogy.
Yeah, and
because it's The Thing, this, and Prince of Darkness, isn't it?
Yeah, which you're gonna watch next.
Am I watching that? No? Fuck yeah, Prince of Darkness, Alice Cooper. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so it features fucking Sam Neill of all things, and this is the weird part. This is
a year after Jurassic Park as well.
Sure, but here's the weird part. I think that the 90s had this overlying tone when it comes to horror movies that's more literature based.
Yes.
Also, Candyman was around the same years, I think.
Wasn't Candyman late 80s? I thought it was like 89, 90 or something like that.
I think that the best Candyman movie came out. 1992 Candyman.
Was it 92?
Yeah,
Candyman's a good time.
Yeah, and it kind of has the same, not overlaying with particular stuff, but how should I put it? The way that it's structured, like I said, it's very the fuck.
It's
very literature based.
Yes. Did you ever play Call of Cthulhu: Dark Corners of the Earth?
Yes, I have. It's a fucking shit game.
It's a good time. I love it. But that game feels like this film because it starts in an insane asylum with the main character, being in the insane asylum, and then it flashes back to before he got there.
Yeah, it's in media res. Oh God, please no. Oh, did I just?
Also, did you know that game was initially supposed to be a 4-player co-op semi-open world RPG?
I showed you that.
Yeah, I watched the Mandalore video again yesterday.
He's
a cool guy. Yeah, he actually makes really good reviews.
Yeah, of old games, which I love.
Shit that we used to play. Yeah.
I should show you CV11. He's also one of my nowadays favorites.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The movie starts and he gets sent for the insane asylum, yelling shit. Then in media res, it goes, I don't know, let's go with a week before, because the timeline's never actually specific.
It's not exactly specific. Speaking of that insane asylum, because the film is shot in Toronto, I found this out because of Red Letter Media. There's a law that by law you have to shoot if you're shooting a film in Toronto, you have to shoot a scene in that place. That is actually the water processing plant in Toronto. Okay. It's not even an asylum, and it's featured in so many films as an asylum because it's just an old Art Deco building. Even the bits inside, like indoors that you see, that's also inside. They've just dressed it to look like Paradyse Hills and stuff like that.
I swear, fucking Canada has some of the weirdest walls in existence.
I know, but that's a good-looking building. It's a very good-looking building.
Still, they're forcing people to shoot in a specific place. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's by law. Like, you're in Toronto, you have to shoot at the power plant. Or water plant, I should say. What are you doing, dog? Dumb. What are you doing? Stop it. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, so here's the thing. And the movie starts with it turns out that he's a private eye.
He's more of he's like insurance fraud inspector, yeah.
Basically does the same fucking shit
as well. He's one of the most he's pretty much a representation of Carpenter himself. He's like a very cynical / realistic man. God-hating man.
Not to mention the fact that the Sutter Kane is an amalgamation between Lovecraft and
Stephen King. Even though Stephen King is mentioned in the film.
Of course they mentioned
a straight up name drop. Although Stephen King and Carpenter were apparently buddies, so King approved of of him getting mentioned and stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think he would have even have minded.
At that point in time, he was probably so high on cocaine he wouldn't have cared. He wouldn't have cared.
I mean, he was also the fucking shit in the 90s.
He was the shit from like early 80s. Up until now, he's still the shit.
Nah.
It's fucking Steve King, bruh.
What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
Bruh, Steve King, bro. Let me tell you something about Steve King. That's a line from the Goosebumps film, by the way. You should watch the Goosebumps film. It's a good time. It's a very family film, but it's a good time. And you get Jack Black playing R.L. Stein. And whatever. And he gets taunted about Stephen King. He stops the country and goes, "Let me tell you about something about Steve King. He wished he could write like me. He doesn't even sell that many books like me. Can he ship 400 million copies? No." And one of the kids goes, "Wow, domestic? What? No, of course not." Oh, it's so great. It's watch, honestly, Goosebumps is very underrated in my eyes, and it's got some really good effects in it as well.
So his Sam Neill is being sent to find Sutter Kane because he has
apparently Sutter Kane is missing. Yes,
and he has a new book, and people just want the book.
Yeah, because it's like the manuscript, descent. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes on this mad descent into a madness.
Yeah, halfway through the film, he's still like, "This is all a trick. This is a marketing ploy. I am not actually crazy. I'm not seeing things."
But he does, because it turns out, and that he has always he is the book, he is the manuscript, and he's the character that Sutter Kane created. Because Sutter Kane opened the portal to the Lovecraftian, some Lovecraftian.
It's a very Lovecraftian film that has nothing to do with H.P. Lovecraft.
Actually, it has a lot to do with.
No, I'm saying it's inspired by him. But it has,
Actually, in the Mouth of Madness is at the Mountain of Madness, which is
but at the Mountains of Madness is a different type of story.
Also, a lot of the Sutter Kane names and stories that were implied are actual fucking retreads of Lovecraftian ones with Jewish names. Hope's End was basically...
Shadow of Innsmouth.
Yeah, and it shows, because this is probably the best Lovecraftian... Lovecraftian thing that came out for a very long time. But even to this day, people struggle to.
It's pretty much the best Lovecraftian thing, to be fair. All the unexplainable visuals, the cop pretty much looking like an Innsmouther as well. In that shot where he turns around.
Yeah, but the other thing I should mention is Reanimator is the thing.
Reanimator is a straight up adaptation.
And it's very
good. Modernized. And it's one of the stupidest films I've ever watched, and I love every minute of it. That bit where the body's trying to find the head, and the head keeps trying to do it, and he just keeps bumping into things, wrecking the place. Yep. Good scene.
And the movie functions like a straight up crime thriller with the horror elements. Fucking amazing practical effects, all of them.
Yes. Also, the whole film as well is one of the best looking films I'm talking like shot composition and colors and shit. It is
Well,
fucking
because
stellar.
yeah, and also he probably has his love interest that turns out is also a creation by Sutter Kane that manipulates her and turns
Yep.
her into a zombie, which is a very fucking frightening scene.
Yep.
Uh, the,
That the
uh,
starts bleeding out the eyes and
yeah, a lot of it is based on the visuals you're gonna see, and a lot of them is based on the books that Sutter Kane wrote, because Sam Neill goes and literally lives through all of them.
yes, it's a very visual film.
Yeah.
It's incredibly visual, which I think I appreciate about it the most because
Because it adheres to the fucking basics of filmmaking, show don't tell.
yeah, and that's why it didn't do so well back then. Because people kept saying, "Oh, it's not that great. It's not that great," and it didn't do that well in the box office.
It's just like The Thing, just like Prince of
Yeah,
Darkness.
both all
love
amazing
what-
films, all very visual, sort of tell a story just by showing things without. Oh God! Stop dropping the bone, boy, please. There you go. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah, and it's really interesting in the way that he made the shots and the way he constructed the sets and everything, especially the ones in the house.
And some of the monster effects as well.
Well, they feel new even though they're not new. It's basically
No,
the
exactly.
same
The old
principle
lady with the
behind
fucking tentacles.
it. Yeah.
And the fact that obviously the budget wasn't super high, so the monsters didn't actually look all that great. So it's typical Carpenter, pretty much like The Thing, where it's a lot of like silhouettes and a lot of shadows and stuff like that. So it's quite impressive. God damn it.
And while his descent goes through the madness, and he goes crazier and crazier by the stuff he sees that he cannot explain and he does not wish to explain. It works really well.
Quite Lovecraftian yet again.
It works really well because in his shoes you'd be acting the same way.
Yeah.
Be
Until the end,
acting
you'd be grasping at straws like, no, I'm not insane. I'm not insane. I'm not insane. No, everything's fine. If you bark, I will kill you, dog.
As pretty much one of the reasons why I don't like those the new Lovecraftian style games, because they never actually put you in those.
No, because at that
position.
point you're always a detective who has visions. Like you're already like part psychic or something like that.
Maybe yes. Even the walking sims don't do a good job at it, because
they're also video games. They're video games though. You're supposed to be a character in them, and it doesn't work. No, don't bark at me, boy, because I will fight you. I do apologize. This episode, for having been away for a week and a half, is proving to be a bit painful for anybody listening. Don't look at me with the puppy eyes either. Don't bark. I'm trying to record a thing with friend. Yes, you are also a friend. I know that. But I want to record this episode. No. I swear to fucking God. Evo, please do carry on talking about the thing. I'll be back.
And
Fuck my life. Come on. Come with me.
And the whole point, because they're trying to focus on telling a story, but it's not usually it's not a really well told story. I mean, and the fact that there is no gameplay, you're literally left with bad bones, just what to happen. And the poor dog's continuing. Well, in the Mouth of Madness, the way it's structured, it gets this sense of dread and this sense of confusion through his eyes, because you don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, he doesn't know. He just knows that he has to find them. And when you realize that the whole dramatic twist that he is the new story, he goes utterly completely insane. And it's one of the most brilliant scenes done. Because he goes off of the insane asylum, and everybody's dead around him. The invasion of the monsters has happened, and he goes into the cinema. Sutter Kane says to him some very spooky stuff, and then he watches a movie of him in the beginning yelling, "I'm not insane," and then he just starts laughing, which has become a new meme at this point, because it's
the Sam Neill laughing in the insane asylum meme.
It's what sold the movie so much to people, because back when I watched it first, like fucking 15 years ago or some shit, I didn't get shit.
No, because you watch it at that point, you're like, who the fuck am I watching? I don't understand.
No, I actually liked the monsters and the designs and stuff, but I never really understood the movie.
Why it was happening,
Yeah, now I understand it, I appreciate it more. because it also applies with the whole stuff that
Yeah.
happened. I mean, the not stuff, but the whole and what was the word? The way that modern media consumes consumes information.
Yeah.
All of us consume it. It's what makes it really good, because he's sitting there with all the insanity, and he just realizes it, and he's like, I am insane this whole time. I got played like a
Yeah,
fool.
when he eventually realizes and just starts chuckling to himself in the cinema, that's a really sort of like, oh, I see.
I finally understand.
It's like a
but-
switch. It's like something switches in his head, and he goes, "I've been in denial this whole time. It's actually funny."
Well, it's like it's a very honest response to a very insane
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
I do think that it's like, to be honest, I think that this is the actually only one of the Apocalypse trilogy that ended up with the world coming to an apocalypse.
Yeah, this is the one that actually the world actually coming to. This is the only one that is happening.
Yeah, because in the thing, it's never really shown what the
No,
fuck happens.
and it's a very ambiguous ending of the thing as well. Same as Prince of Darkness, to be fair.
Yes and no. I have seen Prince of Darkness, know what the fuck happened. It's still arguable, but the verdict, if they were able to stop the apocalypse, is still out. And you're gonna see the movie, understand what the fuck I'm talking about. It's one of those movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the only one where I actually see that shit's already done, and he's probably the only person alive. And in the beginning, when they don't know what the fuck's going on, it turns out that the book, the last one, the Sutter Kane, the last one, which is in the Mouth of
No,
Mandess, I think.
go
Wait,
back.
yeah, the name of the book is also in the Mouth of
Yeah,
Mandess.
actually, one of the funniest bits about that, when he goes to the cinema, there's a poster on the side that says, "In the Mouth of Madness, the film." Yeah,
Yeah.
it says directed by John Carpenter, and all the characters that are listed are all the characters from the film.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And
Pretty cool idea.
wait, what the fuck was I talking about? Wait, what?
Sorry, I'm playing with a dog, so he doesn't.
Yeah, I kind of forgot what the fuck I was talking about. The hell's going on with me today? It's too much drinking shit.
Too much alcohol and too.
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh well.
I know.
Yeah, you actually see, because the book itself acts like the disease that gets people insane,
Yeah.
so they become the conduits for the things that come out of
Yeah.
the.
Speaking of that, the first reveal of like the editor that comes up to them in the window.
Yeah.
That is a really good scene. It's a very well constructed scene of them two just talking. And you could just see him in the background making his way through the traffic with the axe. It's really comedic, but it's also very well established. It's like these guys don't care. Like they're so oblivious to what's going on around them that they miss a man crossing the street causing havoc with a fucking axe.
Yeah.
You can tell what sort of state of mind the main character is in at that point, because it's like, I suppose I'm just such a fuck. I am such a stupid fuck that everything to me is just, I might as well be an oblivious fuck about it.
I think that the best thing that goes for this movie is the way that that whole literature vibe that it gives you. I think that it meshes really well with what Carpenter was trying to do, and he nailed it perfectly. Like, I also like Candyman; it's a really good movie, but it's also really fucking the high fucking literature at some points, which
It
gets
is.
annoying.
Candyman gets a bit weird, yeah.
It was like
Especially with the bees. So many bees.
because he was killed by having a bee stuff thrown on him or some shit.
No, I think a beehive falls on him or something. It's one of those cartoon deaths that ends up giving him the power of bees.
No, because he was killed because he fell in love with a white woman. She got pregnant, and
Yeah.
he got killed for it because it was during the slavery era or some shit. This wasn't even fucking the first movie though. This was later.
Now it gets revealed later. In the original, he gets kept very oblivious, just like most sort of movie slashers at that time, where it's like, you don't give a shit who this is. He's just killing people. Cool.
Yeah.
You say Candyman 3 times in the mirror, and he comes and kills you. You know.
Yeah, and there is also the point that's like, afterwards, I think there was Candyman 2 or 3. I can't remember which one. So there's because they use like this very dirty city style
Yeah.
Which also translates a little bit in the Mouth of Madness. And most of the scenes are not out in the outdoors, like in the jungle, in the
Yeah.
forest or in the house. It's basically in the city, and it's
One of the best scenes, while they just said outdoors, was the one in the car, but it's just the two of them, and everything around them is just pitch black. To be fair, that's what it will look like on a country road. You wouldn't have any lights. Take me home. You wouldn't have any lights
to the
passing by.
place
I belong.
where Toddykins is not there.
Toddykins is not here. Copyright strike. Take me home.
Take my money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, this is the one part of the way that the movie structure that really fucking nails it. It's like it's there. It's exactly there.
Yeah.
We can go around with the spoilers with every minor character from the books making contact with
Contact with the editor at the start, then going off to like the kid who'll stuck in the time loop, and you know, Sutter Kane doesn't let him leave.
Oh yeah.
Vigo the Carpathian playing a weird man in the town going, Johnny boy.
Also, I mean, the cast is also fucking amazing.
All the cast is amazing, yeah.
Yeah, it's Sutter Kane's played by fucking Jürgen Prochnow. Jesus Christ, that's spot on, man. Fucking amazing.
Did I mention that my favorite color was blue? Anthony, that scene is so good. It just wakes up on the blue bus and starts screaming his head off.
And the funniest thing is that he has the day for night shot.
Yeah.
With the blue tint. I was fucking spot on. I was like, oh, please, more of this.
Did I mention my favorite color was blue?
Did I mention it? Yes. Also, fucking John Glover, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Who was also in Gremlins.
Charlton fucking Heston plays Sam Neill's boss.
Oh god, this is casting on a fucking different level, man.
Yeah. He's like, why? You telling me there was a girl with you? There wasn't a girl with you. She's not even on the books.
Yeah, well,
Which is a very odd parallel, by the way, because the screenwriter for this is the same one who wrote Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy is Dead. One of the worst Nightmare on Elm Street films ever.
I actually like that one.
It's pretty bad. That one ends the same way with the boss going, what do you mean, people who were there with you? There was nobody with you. They're not on the books. You must have dreamt it all. And this one has the same thing.
I mean, he did the Final Nightmare, the 1991 version. But do you know why I actually love that movie?
Why?
Because it turned the stupidity up.
Oh yeah, that one goes to like 11. The Freddy playing the video game bit, especially.
On the Power Glove.
On the Power Glove, yeah. I'm bad. I'm bad, bitch.
Yeah, I was like, I'm bad. I was like, oh. Years later, I fucking realized.
It's like they're going that stupid with it, aren't they? They're quoting the fucking wizard.
I mean, let's be honest here. This is at the time when Freddy was just that.
True.
He was. I mean, he was always like the Rambo, the Schwarzenegger version of the horror movies. He just dropped one-liners as the best.
One-liners as he's murdering people. Yeah.
Oh, I also tried watching the new the remake of Friday the 13th.
There's a remake?
Yeah, it's 2009 version.
Oh right, I thought that was kind of decent.
It's different.
Okay. Does it do better different, or does it just do different for the sake of being different?
No, it's different. Like it follows the same route as every other fucking Friday the 13th.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes,
Camp,
some amazing
murder.
POV shots of Jason stalking stuff. But
wait, Friday the 13th one isn't Jason though; it's his mom.
Yeah, but this is the after the one. This is the 2 out of 3. Yeah, it's mentioned that she's already killed stuff, and Jason's there. It's not the original, the first one remake. They just remade a thing that's basically was a reboot.
So they just sort of kept the original atmosphere, sort of more than anything.
And they also features the people from Supernatural, at least one of them.
Huh.
I don't
Is
know.
it Jared Padalecki?
I think so. I think it was the guy with the brown hair. Not
Or
the guy
Jensen Ackles?
I don't know. I don't care.
Or other guy who plays Angel, whose name I forgot. I'm sorry.
No,
Misha
no,
something.
I mean the original too. But no, here's the thing. When I say Jason, what kind of a killer do you think I'm referring to?
Big, brutal, snap you into with just his hands.
Sure, but also lumbering and slow.
Machete.
I mean, lumbering and slow as
Yes.
well. No,
Hockey
here
mask.
he has. Yeah, but here, I mean, in the beginning he's with a sack still. So this is basically when he fights the mask. That's one of the
Yeah,
remake,
yeah.
which is 3, I think, or 2. Either one.
3 is the weird backstory one, I think. Yeah, or maybe 4. No,
No.
4's in space, isn't it? Or no, that's Hellraiser.
No, 4. The Jason X is in space.
Yeah, and there's Hellraiser 4 is the one in space. I'm just thinking of that. Quite good, actually.
The way it works is like this. Jason's slow. And
he's very slow.
And he's always gonna catch up to you, no matter what
True.
happens. But here, he's fast, man. He's just like, he fucking explodes out of nowhere. He's like one of the first scenes after he's done a bit of killing, and one of the guy gets caught by a bear trap because apparently he lays bear traps now.
I think he does that in the no, that's the trapper in Dead by Daylight. He was pretty much Jason before they got Jason in the game, or some. Actually, no, they can't get Jason because there's Friday the 13th game of a similar nature. Yeah. So they use the trapper, who pretty much again wears a hockey mask, has the machete, and he puts bear traps down.
Yeah, but this is 2009. This is fucking what, 7 years before that one.
No, I'm guessing that's why they got inspired by.
Baby. But here's the thing, is like, and then he's sitting there screaming, and one of the girls tries to help him, and you see Jason standing there, and suddenly he fucking explodes and machetes the guy right in the head. But the fucking speed on the guy on Jason,
fucking
fuck me.
a flash.
I was like, I was looking at that going like, it's the brutality and the fucking intent.
Were the effects good if he's that fast, or is it effects, or is he just like very nimble?
He's just genuinely fast. He's the actor himself.
Is the gore good?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, watch it and you see what I talk about. I gave it to a very different perspective or different style of a Jason, because the slow lumbering one works really
because we don't really, if you think about it, we don't really have a really fast sort of, very fast slasher.
I mean, for a Leatherface?
Leatherface isn't exactly. He just runs at you and flails his fucking chainsaw. I'm talking somebody nimble that can just jump out, snap your neck, and go away. Maybe the alien, the original alien, sure.
Nah, maybe Hatchet?
No, not even Hatchet. Because most of them are either slow and lumbering, or much like Freddy, there are one-liners in the game. You know.
I mean, no, because here's the thing: why it works out for them not to be physically fit. Because no matter how
don't bark.
You are, they always
please don't bark. I will fight you. If you bark, I will lock you in the bathroom. I swear to God. No, bad boy. Don't be a bad boy. For fuck's sake. He's making my life very difficult. Why are you barking, dog? Again, Evo. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
Well, I guess this is happening now. This is gonna be our life for the next 2 weeks. That his friend comes back and picks up the goddamn dog. I love puppers, but sometimes puppers can be a handful. Yeah, but yeah. So the whole point is like, no matter how good you are, oh god, how physically fit and good you are, they always catch. Or in case of Freddy, shooting does. Stop
it!
He's not having a good time. I wish I could help him, but oh well, it's a Daxo hunt, so it should be fun at some point. Jesus. Well, for next week, like I told them, we're gonna watch the second movie in the trilogy, Prince of Darkness, which is a biblical horror movie. Carpenter's take on the biblical end of the world, and it's a very interesting one in the way it's portrayed. A lot of stuff is spot on, and it's really moody, really atmospheric, and fucking creepy as shit. It doesn't have a lot of the flat out crazy going up on jump out scares that you can associate. It's again one of the visual ones, that's why it works so well, but also the overall tone and atmosphere that he's able to build is fucking great. It's for me personally, the trilogy works like this. Prince of Darkness, best atmosphere. The best tones and ideas are in the thing, in the way in the way he tackles the whole isolation and the whole creepy thriller vibe of the horror genre. Done the best there. Well, in the Mouth of Madness is more of a overall character movie with the visuals, because I think that the visuals in the Mouth of Madness are better than the ones in the thing, even though most people probably just watched the thing and it's good. And the effect themselves, the just on a different level. The amount of things that he was able to slot in, the way he pictured them, the whole the inspirations from the literature just made it to a different level. And I just hope he comes back soon, because I'm suddenly running out of ideas. Oh well, someday. Interestingly enough, I don't know at this point. I guess I have to get him to play. Oh God. Maybe we have to play on medieval for him to enjoy the whole medieval stuff and be absolutely amazed by it. Also, this week I'll be going to a tournament and just be there, watch stuff happening. I should be getting info for reasons. It's gonna be a fun time.
Oh, we have had a comment from somebody saying Evo and Evo. Yes, indeed, it is Evo and Evo.
Yeah, wait, what? Give me a second. For next week, I'm gonna have. Hey, what the fuck was it? Yeah, but for next week, I told them that you're gonna have to do in the Mouth of Madness.
No, that was you. You're in the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah, sorry, the Prince of Darkness.
Yes, I will have to do Prince of Darkness next week. I apologize. I actually got really pissed off with the dog there.
It's fine. Apparently, Javier Bardem in talks to play King Triton, the Disney's Little Mermaid now.
Yes, we are reviewing the Mouth of Madness person who's asking in the chat, but what's his name? I can't even see it. It is Vezun. Very good. Yes, we are reviewing the Mouth of Madness, but we're pretty much just finishing with it, I think.
Yeah, but I was explaining that for me, for the trilogy, the best atmosphere is in Prince of Darkness, because you see why.
It's the eeriest one.
Yeah, it nails it perfectly. When it comes to the theme, the overall themes and ideas, basically it's the thing and the way it tackles isolation and the thriller and paranoia.
Yeah. But yes, Vizon, actually, thank you for tuning in. We have been going for a good 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I've been shouting at the dog for the last hour, so that's a good time.
And for me, the Mouth of Madness has the best effect.
Does it? And the Mouth of Madness does have, apart from the one bit where he tears his face open, because that's the one ILM shot.
This is aged badly. Come on. I was rewatching the Deep Blue.
The one where Sam Jackson gets eaten by the shark. Oh no, we've not been reviewing it for 2 hours. No, we review it at the last part of the podcast. We talk about other stuff before, but
yeah, the 2 hours of a review, I actually have to sit down and write shit.
Imagine us reviewing it for 2 hours. That'd be like.
It'd be doable, but
but be bored out of our minds by the end.
A lot of work done, and not every movie can.
We would actually have to do work. I think that's the thing. We would actually have to do work to review stuff like that.
Too much work. It's not like because this is basically a shoot one. Basically, I sit and shoot at shit.
Yeah, that's the best part. Best way I think the best podcast that we've had is just us shooting the shit and it comes out as it's just rambling.
Yeah, because if we start structuring shit, it's gonna get tedious and annoying a lot of the time.
Very true, very true. That's why I don't keep it too much in structure, because it just gets silly.
Yeah, because most people that do fucking structured reviews that they tend to have one a month.
Yeah, it's not even reviews half the time. It's even when I listen to like properly structured podcasts where they don't go off the cuff too much, it just becomes very sterile over time. You just get bored of it.
Yeah, kind of. But so for the next week you're gonna have Prince of Darkness, and you're gonna enjoy the shit out of it. And trust me, it's like all of the trilogy are amazing movies, and you should fucking watch them.
Yeah, for anybody that hasn't seen the Apocalypse trilogy by John Carpenter, The Thing.
Most people have only seen The Thing, which is fine. It's a really good movie, but it's not all of it. I think that Prince of Darkness might be actually Carpenter's finest star.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
It's,
But a lot of
it's
people say the same
arguable.
about the Thing. Or Wives of Mars.
Oh, see, the Mars one. I actually saw that.
Sorry, no, Wives. Ghost of Mars. Sorry.
Yeah, I actually saw about that movie, and a lot of it, Carpenter wanted something, the execs wanted something completely different.
Yeah, it was 2001 as well, so there's a lot of weird effects and a lot of cross dissolves and
A lot of the things is like, it's like Blair Witch 2, the movie.
no, the one that was supposed to be a continuation slash parody, but it turned into the Book of Shadows. Yeah.
Yeah, if they went through with the Mars, it would have been a good movie, but they didn't. So we were left with this horrible mess, and it's not anyone's real fault but the executives. So
Yeah.
it's a blemish on his record. It's still an enjoyably dumb movie because you have fucking Ice Cube spouting one-liners. But hey, I'm always up for that one. But yeah, I mean, you need to actually switch your mind off for that one. Just enjoy this.
Kind of do enjoy the stupidity of it, but
I do get why people would argue about Carpenter's finest hour, because all three movies that are discussed, including the other ones, you can always make a case about it.
They're all good, but they're also all kind of different as well.
Yeah, but and the fact is that they're different makes it really difficult.
Yes.
I value the atmosphere that he was able to build in Prince of Darkness slightly more than the ones that he was able to do in both in in Prince of Darkness. Said Prince of Darkness, didn't I? Jesus, I'm getting tired.
Mouth of Mandess.
Instead of the thing in the Mouth of Madness, it's pretty decent.
And they're all really good character studies as well.
Yeah, I mean, no, not really, because there is no real character study in Prince of Darkness. You will see that. It's mostly weird shit happening and
I'm okay with
stereotypes. And stereotypes.
Okay, Vision, you take off. Do enjoy yourself and have a good night. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
You have a good one too.
I am also kind of confused a bit when it comes to Carpenter movies, because a lot of them are really good, but I can't fucking grade them. I can never grade that shit.
Yeah.
It's like it depends what mood I'm watching. So next week, Prince of Darkness.
Yes, I apologize for the dog being the dog. Let's hope that next week is a bit more cooperative. I think he needs a walk again, even though he was off for like 3 hours earlier. Anyway, yes, thank you all for listening this lovely evening.
As far as I remember, Daxo Hoods had issues with their spines and
yeah. It's because he's a long boy.
And the system. God damn the system, Jesus! He's urinating as well. I mean,
he does pee a lot. No, but he also he kind of his chest vibrates a bit when he breathes every now and then as well. But that's apparently a thing that they do as well. So it's not. I thought he had a cold. Right.
Well, yeah.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. This has been the Voices from Behind podcast. I'm gonna play us some music. Join us next week where we talk about what are we talking about next week?
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness. I have been Evo. Who have you been?
I have been the other evil.
Oh, very good.
And this has been the episode 27 in the Mouth of Evilness.
I was gonna say it's the Randy Free one.
It has to be the Mouth of Evilness.
Okay, that'll do. The Evo of Madness. Okay. Oh, in the Evo of Madness. Ooh. Entering the sticky void. Anyway, thank you all. Goodbye, and we will see you all next week. Hopefully with less barking this time. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing. Okay, bye.
Okay. Good night.